Welcome everyone to a very, very special day because today we have the consummation of the entire season of Reward Racing League Season 2. I'm GoTerror, with me Hunk, as always, your duo for the entire season. Hello all the viewers. And
Hey,
Hunk, today is kind of a different pre-show because we also want to make it more fun for all of you guys in the community. And today we're gonna interview the winners of each division, starting with Division 3. So we'll not only summarize it, but we're gonna ask questions of our guests. And for Division 3, our guest will be today Mr. Kippy. I hope Kippy already joined us on a Vimix call. And later on, Kondrakov will join us. I don't know about Lopeska, unfortunately. He will be biting his tongue that he didn't join today for the interviews to just have this live chat. But, Honk, exciting pre-show and exciting finalization of the entire season ahead of us.
yeah, super excited. I'm really excited to get our interviews too. We got the winner Division 3, the winner Division 2, both able to give their interviews. Hopefully, we'll get Kondrakov as well, and maybe some of our other Division 2s if they hop on.
Okay, so is Kippy with us already? Did he join? Kippy.
Do I join the VMix too?
Kippy should click the link and just join it, and just pick
Okay, cool.
his microphone, and we should get him. It's just the usual.
Okay, cool.
But in the meantime, that Kippy figure out technically how it works. If he doesn't figure it out, we'll just join Discord. But we'll just remind of the results. Oh, Kippy. Oh, Wait, Kippy, you're listening to the stream. You can actually. Kippy, we can hear. Can you hear us, Kippy? Wait, I need to check. Oh wait, okay, maybe now you should be seeing us, everything. Okay, anyways, for now I'm showing the table of Division 3 and what happened there. Kippy was the winner, is the winner. Lopeska is second, and Kondrakov is third place. Really close fighting there, so that was a long season for all of the players. But okay, let's come back. Is Kippy with us? Kippy.
Hello.
Hello, Kippy.
Hey.
Okay, so before we start to any questions, I encourage all of the people here on the chat to think about some questions. We're gonna forward them to Kippy and to Kondrakov later as well. Lopeska won't be joining us, I think, for today. But anyway, Kippy, for the starters, congratulations on winning Division 3. How do you feel about
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I'm glad that I won, but for first I thought I won't be in the top 3 at all. But I do really enjoy all the races, except for the first one, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually worried. I was worried about that. I saw you were down and you moved up gradually. You really had a strong second half. Nice come from behind victory there. What
Okay.
was yeah, can I ask one?
Yeah, sure. You can start and then I will go.
So you talked about your least favorite session. What about your favorite session?
My favorite session was either the classic one and the last one, especially because of the battle with Lopeska.
I see. My question, Kippy, to you is how do you rate experience from this season to the last season in the league? Because also last season you were in Division 1. So how do you rate any improvements and how would you compare both of those seasons just for you personally?
Well, in this season I was able to race in almost all the races. Last year I was absent maybe in half of them, so I think this one was better because of that, of course. And I also had chance for win because in the Division 1 I was in last place, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so that's a big switch up for you. So if I can take the next one, I'm actually curious. Do you have any plans for what you want to spend your winnings on?
On pizza, kebab.
Might be that, yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I will actually. Go on, Kippy.
Go ahead.
Go on, Kippy.
No, never mind. Just go ahead.
Okay, I will just join to some of the stats. We'll have them on screen, Kippy. Because overall you scored 145 points. You won 25 races, which is the most from all of the players, averaging on 18.9 points in the in Division 3. I don't know how this compares to all of divisions, but I think like TT will be the highest average point scoring player in the entire league, but he only won one session. So even though you didn't won most of them, because Lopeska won 3, as we see, Kondrakov won 2, Kamtowaski 2, Kotik won 2 sessions. How do you overall would commentate on performance with those top 5 players? You know, having Lopeska, Kondrakov, Kamtowaski, Kotik, like extremely strong. You all scored over 100 points in the league. So how you felt competing against them?
It was really enjoyable I'm disappointed a little bit in Lopezka because he was absent in 3 races. So he had the chance to win against me. Sorry. And in the last session, he was absent in the first race as well, which costed him the win. So I don't really understand it, this one from him. The other ones, they were really strong. Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
No. Sorry. I think
Take your time.
this year, they were really strong compared to the last year. I mean, in all divisions. So
Yeah.
I think I didn't even have the chance to compete against Division 2 players either. Mostly because of my weakness in custom tracks.
Okay.
So, I do have one more question. So pickups has kind of been an area of contention for a lot of the RVRL. People arguing for pickups, against pickups. Where do you stand, Kippy? Do you like the pickups races? How do you feel about it?
I'm fine with on and off as well, but unfortunately I'm really vulnerable against weapons. So I had to avoid all because mostly all the weapons hit on me, but I can't hit most of the players. So usually I had to aim next to the car.
Right.
In case of zaps, I had to wait for 2 and 3 meters distance to work properly. So I do really had to try my best.
Okay. Okay, Kippy, we have some questions from the chat. He's from Doom Mike. He's actually my brother, so like he's watching, he's supporting all of you. He actually asked 3 questions, so we're gonna go one by one with those questions. Kippy, who do you love to race against?
In overall or in the Revolt Racing League?
I mean, like maybe let's do it overall.
Hmm.
Like who's your favorite opponent? Like something like this.
Maybe Lagerok.
Oh, that's
cool.
nice. That's cool. Yeah, because
is it because of his chat? Does his chatting have anything to do with it? He loves to chat.
No, he's
I mean?
a very good opponent. He's a very good opponent in game, and he's really competitive. So I do really enjoy playing team races against him.
I see. Because there's more to that question. Because as a follow-up, Doom Mike asked, like who's your favorite opponent? It means like also which player actually strives you to improve. Like when you compete against someone and you're like, oh my god, I need to get better. Like someone is, because there is also always someone who drives you to improve and improve. So you just like overtake him in skill. So like if you could tell like who's a player in the community that maybe you're looking up for.
Well, back then it was famous because we competed against each other in best 4 and best 3 laps races.
Right.
But nowadays I play for the fun mostly. So there isn't anyone I want to compete against. I just want to play.
Okay.
For the fun.
Shout out to our B4L, B10L knowers. If you're a B4L or B10L knower in the chat, shout out to you.
Also, maybe this is a fun question, but Nick is asking, are we going to see Kippy in Division 1 in the next season?
Ooh.
Well, it depends on the qualifications.
Okay.
And it depends on players as well, because they do really become stronger than last year. So maybe next year they will be overpowered more.
I see. Hong, do you have any questions? Because I have a lot of questions in my mind. A couple of them we're gonna ask still, because soon Kondrakov will join us. So
Yeah, you can take one. You can go ahead and take one.
okay, I will go back to like two questions. One less serious and one more serious. So my first less serious question is like, tell me why Cougar is the best car in the race and why people don't agree with me.
Hard question.
That is a tough question. That's like a debate question. Yeah.
I made
Like,
some people
prepare you.
believers, you know.
You did. You did.
Well, Cougar is not really a special car to me, but as
Ouch.
all stock content, I really enjoy control it as well, but not as much as Genki's car, for example.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so to the more question, to the more serious question, because today, you know, like I would like to ask you, what do you think about Division 2 results, and were you surprised with TT win in that division? And I can go with like a little bit more elaboration, or you can answer this question now, because the second one is about Division 1 and your predictions for today.
So for first with Division 2.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't really race with TT before, so I didn't know how good he is, but I think his performance was not that surprising, judging by his qualification results, because he missed the Division 1 with very little margin,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken. So it didn't really big surprise. But I did really miss Marquito from this division,
Right.
because he
Yeah.
quitted
Yeah.
too early.
Oh, the fellow Hungarian. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So, any predictions today for Division 1? Because we already know that unofficially GeForce is the winner, but still we have some fights for the second, third, and fourth place, where is Powerate, Ahma, Erzu. What do you think? How will it will go in your opinion? In your opinion today?
Well, I hope that Kilabarus will be more competitive than he was in the earlier sessions. And I do hope for Stingoffs to show up to make it more entertaining. But I think it is between Powerate and Frostbitten. So I think they will decide who will be the second and the third.
Okay.
So these are my predictions.
Okay. Great to hear. Anyways, Hong, do you have any more questions, or we shall
Sure.
move
I
to
got a
Conrad?
quick
Okay,
one. We
go
can
on.
move in, but
Oh boy.
I don't think we exactly said this. Do you have a favorite car and a favorite track? I'm just curious. Like
Only
stocks,
stock or overall?
not custom is cool too. But I figured you're more of a stock guy. But
Well, my favorite tracks are Museum 1, Ghost Town 1 Reverse Mirrored, and Toys in the Hood 2 Reverse Mirrored.
Okay, we
From
have a
custom
mirrored
selection, maybe Ghost Town 3, and maybe Hallows Eve.
Oh, nice. Okay, the spooky tracks. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, Kippy, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating in the league, and huge congratulations for winning Division 3. And you just earned yourself $12, if I'm correct.
Oh, thank you.
11 for the winning and 1 additional for winning. A session bonus here. So
Thank you for hosting, and thank you for the commentary session. It was really fun to listen to you guys.
I'm trying my best, but it's honk carrying, you know. I'm just for memes.
I was happy that you showed up as well, so.
Okay. Anyways, Kippy, thank you very much. We'll move to Kondrakov, who will join us. Too bad we didn't have you simultaneously, but we want to also give him some time, and later TT will join us. We still have some people to talk to. So, Kippy, see you on the chat. Okay, do we have Kondrakov? Honk, video.
I don't think so. I don't think he'll be here until about 30 minutes from now. Unless 19 or 21:50 Moscow time. That's when Kondrakov will be here. But we do have Ashen Forest who made it in. He was third place in Division 2, made it into the podium, just barely beating out Super by the end of it. We've also got TT.
Did he? Yeah, he did. I had different data.
Yep.
Let me check the data. Then.
Well, it was Super. It was Super until the very end.
Why my data? Okay, it changed now. Okay, I have the data. Cool. Okay, great. If we've got Ashen, then I will just reset the links. Because Kondrakov is not here, right? So maybe if Kondrakov joins us later, we could take TT now and Ashen.
Exactly.
Because Copy is not here, right?
Right.
Okay, I will just... Okay, this is TT. I will just create new links. And we will get TT here. And we'll talk with Kondrakov later. So this is TT. And I'm getting a link for the Ashen Forest. Obviously, guys, if you want, you are free to join with the camera. I will try to manage it somehow so we all fit in and just have fun. It was so nice to hear from Kippy. I always think that I know, like, it could be a little bit stressful, you know, like talking openly here on the chat. But I also think that it's always nice to see the faces behind the nicknames, you know, just to build those stories, to have this more connection with people. And I think it's extremely cool.
Yes.
You know, it's always something that I always were missing in any game. Even if when I was playing competitively Warcraft, I felt like they were never building stories around people or like just letting them know love you or hate you. You know, like because at the end of the day, just string up for the game alone is boring. You want to have stories, you want to have dramas. You know, like want to have all of this. You know, that's
there are no heroes without villains. You know, we need all sorts of different people, and interviews and stuff is how we get the storylines out there. I completely agree. You got to have the different arcs going on and stuff. So, yeah.
Okay, we've got Kippy already here. Kippy, TT. Okay. Hello, TT. Okay, Ashen should be here as well.
Okay.
Oh, wait, guys, 1 second. I didn't change one thing. Okay, now you should see us. This is for one, and we should hear you as well. Okay, Ashen, TT. I don't hear TT, but I see something moving from Ashen. Okay, guys, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, Ashen is here. Hey, Ashen, we're waiting for TT.
Yeah, okay, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, we can hear you. Great. Okay, guys, before we move to any questions, let's just first show the tables for the viewers what happened there. Because first of all, our top 3 of Division 2 is TT with a dominant fashion win, copies of second, and Ashen Forest barely making it to the third place, but still, it's a first place, well deserved. So, first of all, congratulations to you guys, especially to you, TT, winning the Division 2. And the first question is overall, we're gonna go from TT, then to you, Ashen. Like, what is your experience with Division 2, and how do you overall feel about your performance? TT, let's start with you.
Well, you know, there's been some pretty intense fights overall. Like despite you showing the results and having a completely different picture, it's been pretty tight, pretty intense in plenty of the sessions, especially in like the strat session or the Joker one, this last session where everyone was on equal footing. And yes,
Well said. Well said.
It's been great.
Okay, Ashen.
I'm just gonna say that I'm perpetually disappointed with my performance. This is just a me thing. I'm never really happy with how I perform. But considering the fact that I did win a session and I was consistent in the rest, apart from the first two, that's gonna happen. I am overall somewhat happy with how I performed, even if the comparisons can say otherwise.
I see. I completely understand what you're saying, because as a competitive person, I was always hard on myself, like always pushing myself for better results. I completely understand what you're saying, and it's really fair. It's just a competitive spirit and heart here. Okay, guys. I know if I should go with mean questions yet, but this will come later. Honk, you go with your question.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have a question for Ashen. So you were talking about your consistency, and that's something that we brought up some. And also, I think it's really cool how your mindset, you might have like some negative thoughts, but you use it push you forward, and that's really cool. And that's something that happened here in Division 2 is you actually weren't in the podium until the last race. You beat Super on the last race. So what were your thoughts going through your head in that final session, the Joker session? And like, were you able, you obviously were able to beat the nerves by the end, but were you like overcome with nerves, or what was going through your head?
I wasn't really overcome with nerves, and there is something that you're not really noticing about Super's score. He missed a session, so he had less points by
Right.
default. I wasn't really nervous. I wasn't really overcome with that. I was more so um, looking at Kopisoft and how close I was to him. But looking back, unless he didn't show up, there was no chance either.
You're too hard on yourself. But okay.
I am, yes. This is how I am. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Honk to TT question.
TT, what was the point that you like? Because we saw you did four. There were four sessions. You didn't show up to one of them. The other three, you won every single one. Was it at that point that you were like, okay, I can win this, or like, were you? Was it up in the air for you for like more than like what was the point where you felt like you could finally take a breath?
It was until what? Like the second to last one, the one 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
week 7. Yeah, after after I took second in the strategy session, I thought, okay, I need to keep myself on my toes.
Yep.
Keep practicing whatever possible, which is like, I don't know, 1 hour, one night, and whatever. It's just one small warm up and then just go. And suddenly I just won 6 out of 7 sessions. I did not expect that. No. It's was weird, but yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I only took a break when it was over, basically.
Right.
Okay, guys, we'll go to some of the data and stats and also the questions from the chat. But first, I'm gonna go about some stats and how actually you feel, because if you check the table of what happened in the entire season, we saw that literally every single player besides Wasowski won at least one race. And my question is to you, because before the season, everyone said, and especially Hong, that this is the most competitive league with the most balanced level of the players. And how could you, how to ask it properly, not rate, but maybe talk about your experience with the players you face in this division 2, and how you rated your chances before the start?
So is it for me the question?
Yeah. For you, and then we go and I go
Okay.
to Ashen. And like overall
Uh,
experience
well,
with the league and expectation before it started.
well, the players have evolved ever since last season, or ever since I've met them in IO casual sessions. Copysoft, Yurak, Sajan, they are really good players, and they've shown, that they're very very capable of racing, uh, even like Division 1 players. I'd even say in the more casual environments. We've seen that. We've seen that happen, and yeah, I'd like to to shout out to them because they did really really well overall.
Okay. Ashen, your experience with Division 2 season, your expectations, how you feel about the entire season overall?
That's a pretty hard question for me. As again, comes just to my fault. I don't necessarily make predictions about how I'm gonna go. I just go and see what happens. Although, admittedly, I didn't expect to perform that well. Uh, and the experience overall has been mixed. Not all of the session times were my cup of tea, but that's about all I can say with confidence.
Okay, I see. Well, we have a couple of questions already from the chat, unless you, Hung, want to
Yeah.
ask someone, because...
No, go ahead.
Okay, so... first question is from Doom Mike, and it's to both of you, so whoever wants to start will start. Like if it's you, TT, or you, Ashen. What is the most memorable situation from all the session?
For me, well, it's hard to say because there's plenty of highlights, really. So
Let's go from top of
I'd
your head.
say, well, there's the battles with Rogue and Depsima in the Joker session. There's also the battles with Copy and Sajan in the circuit ones. There's a whole lot of stuff that happened in the strategy session. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to count from.
I see.
But I don't really have a favorite. It's just been a blast all around.
Okay. And how about you, Ashen? Your most memorable situation from entire season?
Well, honestly, the most memorable thing happened after the my race session, and it's the fact that I won one session, and that really pleased me.
Okay, yeah.
I think the reason why nothing is necessarily memorable to me is the fact that I look at most of the moments the same,
I see.
and that's mostly because I'm looking to make them funny because I'm editing them for my YouTube channel. Insert shameless plug joke here. Well, I say that, but I'm also only 2 sessions in the edit process.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
cool though.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Okay, we've got another question, and it's from Powerate, so from our Division 1 player. And it's a question to you, TT, direct. TT, did you expect to win 6 out of 7 valid sessions for the point? So basically, like a huge win ratio.
Yeah, no, I've said this, and it was, I expected everyone to be on basically Division 1 levels of, performance, considering I was pretty average in the qualies and stuff. So yeah, the answer is a no. No, I did not expect to perform this well.
Really humble. Okay. And now, question to you, Ashen, from Kipi. So from our Division 3 champion, Ashen. You almost couldn't make it to third place overall. Was it because of you being nervous, or simply it didn't go well that day smoothly as you planned?
Again, the situation with me getting third was caused by Super not getting in the last session, so I have no idea how to answer that. No
Yeah.
idea.
Guys, go and think about your questions, like you're just making it hard for now with the champions here. Hong,
I got a question.
go on.
Yes. Okay, so this is kind of a two-part question. The first one's for TT, but the second is for both of y'all. So you were representing RVA, Revolt Americas, coming from South America, and there were people in every division who are from the RVA community, but a lot of them ended up in Division 1. We had Makakowski, Ewan, and BGM, as well as Tom Dom, all in that Division 1. And I'm sure you felt, some type of way about that. But do you feel like this ended up better for you? I mean, you're walking away with a ton of money now, right? That's pretty cool, right? I don't know. How do you feel? Like, what's your philosophy or your mentality? Do you wish that you were in Division 1 and fighting for that, or are you like, I don't know, it's pretty nice to get the cash, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I ended up to be in Division 1 at first because everyone's there, so
Yeah.
it would have been really really fun to race them all and have beef with each other. We're all just friends in the end, right? We're just competing each other like we've always done.
Yeah.
And not being there kind of bummed me out a bit, but I'll stick with Division. That's what I told you after I qualified, and heck, there's no RVA players in Division 2 as well. We have Rog and we have Esteban.
Right. Cool. Well, follow up. This is for both of y'all, and I asked Kippy this as well. Do y'all have any initial plans for your prize money? Anything that's been in the works where you're like, and I know y'all got a little bit different as far as prizes go, but there's got to be something that you had in your head where you're like, oh yeah, that's gonna be nice.
I'm just gonna use it for some games if I
Okay.
have enough for games. That's
Cool.
just who I am, I guess.
Okay.
I have
sorry.
sorry.
Go.
Sorry. Yeah, I had didn't come up. I really didn't. I know that I'm owing like some person's a certain channel. What's its name? Like, yeah, Remote. That's it. That's the one I need to subscribe. No, I have no excuse. No.
Yeah, with kind of
Getting a little bit of lag, but I think you say you're gonna spend it on a sub for Revolt United, which I love to hear that. Shout out to our subscribers, by the way.
Okay,
But
guys.
yeah.
So, to kind of a little bit wrap it up, some information and some meme questions, just to relax a little bit. But first of all, let's talk about prizes, right? Because UTT, as the winner of Division 2, earned $30 for the first place. But not only that, you overall won 6 sessions. So this awards an additional $15 because each session win is worth $2.5. So you win overall $45 for winning Division 2. It's basically more than second place in Division 1, but because you won a lot of sessions, 6 out of 10. Second place is $15, which goes to Copysoft, and Copysoft won 1 additional session, so it's 17.5. And you, Ashen, as well won 1 session, which awards you with $7.5 overall. So congrats to you with the prizes. And now a little bit to meme questions. I asked this same question to Kippy, but I gotta ask you guys as well. Tell me just why Cougar is the best car in the game.
Sir, there is a leading question. I'm not gonna answer it.
Come on, man. Come
That's the right
on.
answer. That's the
Come
right answer.
on.
It is tricky, and I agree with Ashen. You know, I seriously agree.
Okay, okay.
Wow.
My meme
The
question.
shutdown.
My meme question to you, Titi. Tell me why Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Lionel Messi.
That is not true. That is not true by 1 inch, and you know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone,
sure.
everyone in chat knows that as well.
Yeah.
Messi is better.
Okay, okay. Hong, do you have any fun questions to Ashen maybe? Or Titi?
Yeah, we've got well, the question about the cougar didn't work, but we got a question from Nick. Why is Fat Slug the chattest car in Revolt?
Because it's the worst car.
Because it's the worst
Potentially.
car. That actually makes sense. That actually makes sense in a crazy way.
Okay.
It's
Uh,
it's the
Yeah,
fattest.
this is
it's the
actually
fattest.
yeah.
Indeed.
This is actually not a meme question, but it's kind of interesting. There's observation question. So I would also like to ask you about the rivalry in the region rivalry, because we can here
Yeah.
obviously see that. Well, I don't want to be biased or anything, and I don't have the as broad knowledge about the scene as you guys, obviously. But from at least this league, I can tell that South America is the dominant region. We've got a champion from South America in Division One, champion in Division Two. So how do you feel Europe stands compared to other regions? Ashen, how do you think?
I don't really look at it region based. I look at it player by player based.
Hmm.
Okay, that's fair enough answer. TT,
But
what?
you did win out
Ah,
of the Romanians at the same time, so that's cool. Even though you don't, that's still cool though.
It is, yes, whatever.
and how do you feel, TT? About players from
Uh,
South America compared to European.
in the end, it doesn't really matter much. But hey, it's sometimes just fun to beef around with it. It's like when you're cheering for a certain team in a World Cup. Uh, the players play for any other team. But they're still playing everyone together in a single under a single flag, which is well yours, and that's cool. You feel inclined to cheer for those people, and that's basically what happens to me. I like cheering for
Yeah.
the South American boys.
Okay, I have
Super quick follow up. Super quick follow up.
go on.
I would actually say just a year or two ago, saying that South America is the best region at Revolt would be kind of a crazy statement. I actually think that South America has super elevated their skill level over the past year or two, and it's really cool to see so many people from RVA in Division One. Do you agree with that, TT, or what? How do you like? Do you think that RVA has also been grinding? Because it feels like that to me.
Uh, I guess yeah, people just got better, and more people arrived to the scene who improved a lot in a really short amount of time. Vakapowski and BGM are examples of that, and yeah, I can say the whole RVA scene has improved their skill level. Yes.
I have actually two last questions to wrap it up, because we also want to have some time before Division One. We have to talk with Kondrakovski. So first
Yeah.
question, guys, is your predictions for Division One today. We obviously know that GeForce is unofficially a champion, but we still have a fight for second, third, and fourth place. So Ashen, what are your predictions for Division One today?
I am expecting bloodshed. I don't know who's gonna win, but I'm expecting bloodshed.
That's fair.
That's right.
That's fair.
Titi, what do you think?
Yeah, yeah, I'd agree with Ashen. I hope that it's a very action-packed session, one that
Yeah.
I think it's the most fun for everyone, both to watch and to play. And yeah, I'll be cheering for World.
Okay, Hong, do you want to ask one more question before we wrap it up?
I honestly, I think that does it for me.
Uh, Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just ask the last thing. I actually forgot to ask this Kippy, so I'm sorry, Kippy, because just now it appeared to my mind. But Ashen, any last shout outs? Like something you want to say to the community, to the people that supported you, like any shout outs?
Shout out to the community from the community. No, there is one shout out I do want to give. Shout out to all the hosts that helped organize
Yes.
this. Shout out to all the hosts that help have events in the IO and the RVA servers. And shout outs to everybody improving over the years. It is fantastic to see improvement.
Yeah.
Great. TT, same goes to you. Any shout outs, something you want to tell to the community, to people that supported you?
Yes. First, I'd like to shout out for the hosts, especially Rod from our division,
Yeah.
who took the effort to host every single session from beginning to end, and that takes a lot of time out of his pocket. So it is very much appreciated by him. There's also shout outs for the guys at RVA. We practice together a lot, which uh, you know helped me a lot to improve, to you know aim to get to follow up, to catch keep up with GeForce and the guys, which helped a lot to achieve the results I got. And shout outs to you guys for streaming all sessions every single week.
Especially to Honk, like he did show up on every single session. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, handsome man.
Okay, guys, thank you very much, because we're getting short on time and we still would like to actually have a couple of minutes talk with Kondrakov, since he also, finished in top 3 and just would like to hear from you. So thank you, Ashen. Thank you, TT. Congratulations, guys, for finishing in top 3, and hopefully we're gonna see you in more competitive, maybe next season as well.
Yes.
We will see.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye
So,
bye.
Honk, do we have Kondrakovsky here?
We'll see. The hour of reckoning is upon us for Konjakov. I think we've got 5 or 6 minutes until he said he'd be ready.
Yes, so because if he's not showing up, we'll actually talk about Division 1 and what awaits us today. I hope you all guys are enjoying the show so far. It was nice to hear some of, voices behind the nicknames, Kippy, TT, Ashen, obviously here, to just know them a little bit better. Low Pesca was unfortunately not available today, but Division 1 awaits us today. So, let's check the tables, because here is kind of interesting and really, really tight. In that top 4 of top 5 spot, D-Force is secured, but Powerate, Frostbitten, only 4 points between them. Erzu really close with 95 points. Ahma, 86. Kilabarus, 86. Makakowski, I know, like 78 points. If he wins, it's what, 25 or 26 points. Could not be enough to reach a top 4 spot, and there has to be a lot of crazy math going on, basically. But if you just look at Powerade, Frost, Erzu, Ahma, Kilabarus, just
You're right.
can be close.
I think we wrote our stream title a bit too early, because I'm looking at these points, and yeah, it is looking like second and third definitely being challenged, and something that we've by Erzu and even by Ahma or Kilabarus as well. Something that we got to keep in mind though, Tara, is that fourth place also gets prize money here in Division 1.
Yes,
so
exactly.
we're going to have our eyes not just on top 3, but on top 4. And Ahma Kilabarus tied with 86, Makakowski Ewan 78, 77. They're going to be hoping to squeeze into that fourth place spot, but it's going to take some pressure for sure, because I think Erzu will be showing up today. Not 100% sure, but I do believe so. He could be attacking third or second. So
yeah, it will be. And also, like Ahma, he has been improving so much during the latest sessions, so it's nice. Also, Erzu just also started pointing out of nowhere. Kilabarus, he had some rough sessions. I have to say, like, Kilabarus is like Nick 2.0, basically. You know, he can drive crazily, but then again have some kind of bad luck, some mistakes here, just hit or miss, basically. I feel like they're just those wild cards in that division, basically, for me personally. But Powerate, extreme consistency. Also, Frostbitten, you know, like, we don't. I feel like he's a player we don't talk much about, but he's somehow in top 3. That's insane, you know, like, seeing those players. And if you look if you look at the previous season in Division 1, you know, top 3, who was that? Frost and GeForce. You know, like, they maintain. They're still a year past. They're still there. They still got the skills. New players arrive in Division 1. Well, still GeForce and Frost are in top 3. Only Powerate, a new face, contesting. That's for me personally, like, the old dogs, but obviously you guys might be competing in other sessions.
You're right. No, you're totally right. And I'll point out Stingox, for example. Stingox has missed 3 sessions. He should have full points, but he's sitting there in 11th place, and yet he was second place, almost first in the Revolt Endurance Championship that just concluded on last Sunday. So you can see the Revolt Racing League tests a different skill set from a lot of traditional competitive Revolt events. And it's really cool that despite it being such a wide-reaching events, we got pickup sessions, we got endurance, we got all different kinds of classes, etc., twists, turns, and yet GeForce has emerged by a large margin victorious twice in a row. So massive props to GeForce, and Frost managing to stay in the podium twice in a row. Of course, we'll see if he shows up and if he's able to lock it down, but it's looking great going into the finale.
Okay, we're actually gonna have Kondrakovsky joining us. So for a really brief moment, because will have like 5 minutes to talk with him, unfortunately, but still we're gonna have, fortunately, a talk with Kondrakov. So he will be joining us really shortly. And yeah, I've already sent him the link. And we're gonna have a brief talk with our third place finisher in Division 3 by a margin, losing to second place Lopez, only 2 points difference. It's like nothing. It's like just 1 place difference. Okay, do we have...
Frost will play today. Thank you, Nick. And also, I saw Nick saying that Ahma and Frost will be able to get more points than the rest because of how their worst 3 sessions are laid out. So Ahma definitely still in the running for the money, 4th, maybe even 3rd.
Yes.
And Frost absolutely going to be in the running for 2nd.
Hello there.
Oh, hey, Kondrakov. We've got Kondrakov here.
Welcome.
Well, welcome. So, Kondrakov, we will have like 5 minutes to talk, but still we're gonna talk with you. And first of all, man, congratulations on finishing 3rd in Division 3 there. And you only lost by 2 points margin to Lopez. We also had like a talk with Kipi that said and praised the competition in Division 3, that it was extremely hard, and he didn't expect himself to win the entire division. But how do you feel about the entire season and your experience? Are you happy with the 3rd place, or were you expecting to win that division?
Yes, I'm happy for the performance this season 2. Yeah, it was difficult to fight for the 1st place, but I was trying to do my best. Yes, I also had problem during races, and it is during races I'm worrying a lot. When I start worrying, then
The stress.
Yeah. So, I have a question for... Oh, no, you go ahead. Sorry.
So during races I have some stress, and I'm starting to make mistakes, but I'm trying to not give up despite of pressure. So yeah, I'm
Okay, I'm just tweaking
Do
the
we
set.
still have you?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
I'm tweaking the because yeah. We have some. Okay, do we have you still here?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just some microphone problems from you. I'm trying to fix that at my side, but I don't think I can. Unfortunately.
Yeah, there are some problems with my microphone.
Okay.
Okay, so just maybe to not make it too long, unfortunately, Kondrakov, I will probably repeat myself again because we talked, like about how you felt about the Division 3. But overall, what is your experience with entire league? Your favorite races, least favorite races?
This is the great experience. It was the great experience in season 2. My favorite session was, I don't remember exactly what session was my favorite. I think this Future Pro tournament, and it is also and strategy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, there is some trouble with the microphone, but okay. My last question to you, Kondrakov here. Like if you would like to say anything to the community, like people who supported you, that's like anything you would like to say to the people. And
I'm not sure if I had fans during races, but some of them were. Yeah, I think the most strong opponent was Kippy and Lopezka. Yeah, there were a lot of great fights. I was trying to do my best every session to fight for the first place in overall standings in season 2. But I am happy for the third place. This is the best personal results for me. I hope in the next season I will once again try to fight for the first place in overall standings.
Yeah, that's great. Are you cheering for Kilabarus today, the fellow Russian player?
We've also got Laggy Rock.
Yeah, Laggy Rock. But Kilabarus.
I think they both speak Russian.
Are you here, Kondrakov?
Yes, I hear you. Yes.
Yeah. So, are you going?
Will you be cheering?
I saw.
Will you be cheering for anyone?
I thought you were asking me. Yes.
Yes. Are you going to cheer for today for Kilabarus because he's fighting for that top 4 finish in Division 1?
Oh, yes. There are some Russian players who speaks Russian. I think it is Kilabarus in first division, Rodik, third division. Korik speaks Russian despite he is Belarusian.
Okay.
Well, okay, Kondrakov, thank you for joining us for a brief interview. Again, congratulations, and just for your information, because from the data, let me go to the data. We all love data, right?
You're welcome.
You won 2 sessions, so overall in the Division 3, you secured yourself $6, right? Or 5? Double check. No, $5. So congratulations on those prizes. And yeah, good luck. And hopefully you're gonna join us in the next season and keep competing in the Revolt. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you. I wish you to have a nice day.
You too.
Is it all? Is it
Yes.
all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is the end for me.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes. So bye. Have a great day as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Okay. So a little bit troublesome with the microphone, but still really nice to have Kondrakov here on the interview, just to hear from him. Also, big shout out to people.
I'd like to give a shout out to Kondrakov. Obviously, we wanted to say more during the interview. You could hear the microphone wasn't too great. But Kondrakov was someone who was saying that he didn't feel super comfortable going into Revolt Racing League, and he ended up 3 points away from first place, 3 points by the end of it. So that's absolutely huge, and I want to give a big shout out to Kondrakov. He was here in season 1 as well. He's back again for season 2. I'm a Kondrakov fan. I know he said he didn't know if anyone was a fan of his or not. I'm a Kondrakov fan, and hope to see you back for season 3.
Yes. And exactly. And also shout out to people, because we had Kippy, we have Kondrakov, kind of struggling with English, but still they came, they talked. It's really nice to hear from you guys. So I'm glad that you were brave enough and didn't and just join us here and didn't just bail out on the interviews. So okay, because we have really little time before the session of Division 1 starts, so I will just go briefly, because we have some new viewers potentially. What is happening today? We have the final session of Division 1, where we'll crown the champion, and today the session number 10 is called Joker. So basically the rule states that before every track we take a random stock car. Each player has a block during the session that he or she can use to prevent a certain car. After the car is raised or blocked, it will no longer appear. So out of entire pool of the cars, we are drawing one car, and every player has a right to actually block the car that is drawn, and every single player has to drive the same car. So this is only the purest of skills. The best player basically wins. And we are using the IO point system. So every place is 1 point less rewarded, basically. And for the track list, we're going to have 10 tracks for today, with SBX Alpine, Mundon, Venice, Home 1, Radioactive Garden, Port Limano, Castle 1, Hospital 2, Toy World Mayhem, and Mysterious Toy Vault Factory. So, I'm waiting for the Giromu stream, for a link from Giromu. And we
Make sure I'm not doubling here. Am I good? The Discord?
Yeah. Discord is muted. On yeah. I think you should just turn off the audio on the Discord then. But okay.
I am super excited for this session. Hopefully we will see. It could really go a bunch of different ways. It depends on how people use their blocks. Are they going to use their blocks on the tricky cars or on the simple cars? Because actually, if you feel confident, you might want to be banning rookies. People who are confident might choose to block rookies. Or they might have just one car in mind where they're like, when this car comes up, I'm going to use my block on it, and that's it. So we do have different options. G4 says, you bet your ass I'm blocking Toyeka. Salute to you, soldier. Thank you for your service. Hopefully we can get some bans on some other certain cars as well, which will not be named presently in case they get picked.
Okay, I'm actually happy to see so many people active on the chat as well. So shout out to you guys. Also, don't forget that at the end, don't tune out after the finish of the session, because we're gonna have an interview with the winner of Division 1, and hopefully with the rest of the pack that has finished in top 4. So, and there the prizes are really huge in Division 1, because the winner takes $80. Second place is $35. Third place is $20. Fourth place is $10. And every single session win bonus is $5. And already in Division 1 stats, if we can just check them briefly how they look like, we basically have G-Force. Wait, I will actually say them out loud, because we have G-Force with 3 session wins, Frostbitten with 1 session win, Ahma with 2 session wins, and Jan Lagirok Nick with 1 session wins. We had some players starting really strong, like Jan winning the first session. Also Lagirok having extremely strong sessions, probably even one of the hardest ones with picks on being extremely consistent, winning a lot of races in probably one of the most randomized sessions. So this is nice by him as well. And players are already joining the lobby. We've got Powerate, we've got Lagrock, Ahma, and some names that I don't know. Basically, who's who?
Yeah. Unprofessional hosting moment here. Oh, we've got a lot of them actually. We got a lot of those names.
I'm actually glad that I had a chance to ask TT a question with Lionel Messi. I know like Argentinians get so triggered when they say that Messi is bad, like Messi is bad. And no man, like screw you, you know nothing, I get so
Right. Yeah, I didn't understand the question at first, and I was like, right, Argentina.
Yeah, right,
Very
Argentina.
fitting question.
Yeah, exactly. So still people...
Okay, so yes, joining in the lobby, we've got Hui Land, which I'm assuming is G-Force, a reference to Brazil. Why you hate me? I don't know why you hate. I don't know who why you hate me is. That's really the only question mark for me. But otherwise, we've got Nick, Powerate, Laggy Rock, Ahma, G-Force, and Frostbitten in the lobby. And we'll see if we get any more. We are here at the grand finale. And so some people that were missing, Stingox, maybe we could get Lampert, maybe Maddie was here. Could get Erzu as well. Erzu's suspiciously missing right now. Ahma noting that he's playing on his laptop. That's right, he is playing on a slow laptop this time around. So he's just going to be trying to get as many points as he can. He's tied with Kilabarus for 6, who I don't see Kilabarus here today. So some interesting people to be missing. Kilabarus, Erzu, Makakowski, Yun. Hopefully we'll see them show up soon.
Yeah, also like I didn't see the Division 2 Joker session, but I've seen it on Division 3. It was extremely fun and interesting. I have to say that there were like a couple of tracks I didn't really like that much. I mean, like Hospital was probably one of them. I was like, it's kind of was boring. But we had some crazy tracks as well. I feel like the one on the Port Limano, I was like
Port Limao.
Yeah,
yes.
It was like crazy one. I feel like also which track was it? Like Moondawn, like with really long laps. I also felt like this was kind of like track, but the rest really nice. I hope it will be extremely close. Today also, guys, you have then an opportunity to lose all your channel points in the predictions probably that I'm gonna make.
That's right. I'm getting them up now. So I got confirmation that Why You Hate Me is Makakowski, and we also got Kilabarus and Erzu in here. So a lot of the people I had question marks about, they have made their way into the lobby. We'll see if Stingox makes his way in. Maybe Lampert, but a lot of people getting in here. Good to see.
Yes, so people are getting ready. Do we have the card drawn already?
We don't.
I'll actually work on one thing. You can talk, Honk. I need to do just position one thing.
All good. So, track list today, we're going to be starting with SBX Alpine. And then we will be going from there. Next track will be Moon Dawn. That track has been absolutely insane. Venice Reverse, Home 1, aka NASCAR, Radioactive Garden, Port Limao 2, Castle 1, Hospital 2, Toy World Mahim, and Mysterious Toy Bolt Factory 2. We'll finish this out. If you missed the rules, basically it's called a Joker session because of the Joker cheat code that you can put into the game that makes everyone in the lobby drive the same car as you. So it will be a randomly selected car for each of these tracks, and everyone has to drive that car. The trick is every single person in this lobby gets one block, and so they can block one car that they don't want to race with, and they have to immediately go to the next car. And that car can be blocked as well by someone else, but you only get one block per person, and once it's blocked or it's raced, it can't be used again. So we're starting with 28 cars, probably be down to 10 cars that don't get used. We'll have about 10 cars that get blocked and about 10 cars that get raced.
Because I feel like when we were
yes.
watching Division 3, we saw a lot of people driving the rookie cars, so I hope we're gonna see more better cars there. Maybe cooler ones, but we already had. I actually want to see Toyeka, everyone on Toyeka.
Oh, we've got people saying they're banning Toyeka. I don't know. G4 saying that he's gonna ban Toyeka.
Okay, so I want to see AMW because I think this car sucks.
Okay. Yes, there are a lot of people that want to see AMW, but there are also probably some people who want to block it. We'll certainly see. People can have reasons for wanting to block any of these cars, so don't get too excited when we announce a car, because a block could be waiting around the corner. We are going to be hopping in shortly, I suppose. We've got 10 people in the lobby. Nick, Powerate, Laggy Rock, Ahma, G-Force, Frost, Kilabarus, Makakowski, Erzu, and Matty07 has made his way in.
Okay.
Stingok's nowhere to be found.
D-Force pointed out one thing. You know why I hate AMW? Because of Ahma. Ahma make a challenge. I hope you all guys had a chance to do the challenges from Ahma. Right. And the 9th challenge, where you have to win a medieval redux with AMW. You know, like, screw you, Ahma, with that challenge. Like, AMW sucks. This track sucks. Everything sucks about this challenge. I cannot do it. And I'm just getting tilted every time I have to drive this car on this map. Feeling inferior.
That's fair. Alright, so I'll go ahead and post our prediction here for SBX Alpine. The first car has been announced as Ahma. We'll see if we have any blocks come out. Ahma would be great to see, but a lot of people who are a little bit leery of the Ahma pick, especially with G-Force driving it, and Erzu says, get blocked. So Erzu uses his block right away, trying to take G-Force out of the picture. Frostbitten as well. Some people unhappy about that Ahma block. We're going to spin the wheel again, see what we get this time.
It's actually fun to see, you know, like, people blocking some cars. If like, oh nice, I'm gonna drive this car that I like, and then, oh, come on, no, will not.
I don't know if you noticed this there, but
Cougar,
we got Cougar. Are we gonna get any blocks for Cougar? Your favorite here. Certainly gonna find out.
I just love Ashen answers. You know, like when I asked him, well, tell me why Cougar is the best answer. He's just one word. It's killing my dream.
He said, that's a leading question and I'm not answering it. Cougar sucks. And honestly, I couldn't find any disagreement with him. So the Cougar is going to be coming out, and despite the lack of excitement that some people have with the car, that it does look like we've all switched over to Cougar, and we'll be hopping in shortly.
Any plans for Cougar exclusive championships?
That would be awesome. So something that happens a lot is with stock only, when we do Toyeka, Cougar, Ahma, the hipsters always want to go with the Cougar. So the Cougar always does find a place in the stock races by at least one person. But now it's going to be the only car on the menu. So we are loaded in here. And SBX Alpine, away we go.
So we need to reload. I will reload
got
fast.
A little bit of lag to start us off. Classic. Yeah. Okay, in the meantime, Frostbitten early lead for us.
Oh, something happened there on the landing.
I believe that was Matty. And that's really the main event on this track, is strange launches and landings. You got to be very cognizant, very aware of where you can land and where you can't. Now, the Cougar does have the benefit of being able to jump over that awkward jump. When you drive on a rookie, you don't have that same luxury. You just kind of have to take it as it is. But they already are going to be beginning lap number 2 on SBX Alpine. 6 laps in total.
And I'm actually not doing the best. What happened?
Ooh. So a random DC that does happen sometimes, but we're going to be waiting for Jeromu to reconnect here. In the meantime, I can say Erzu is leading. Frost, Kilabarus, Nick, all very close by. They've just finished the 180 upslopes, and they're starting lap number 3. Erzu in that Dr. Pepper Cougar continuing to lead. We got the load back in from Jeromu, and we should be able to hop back into
Okay,
video as well.
Can I point
There
one
we
thing?
are.
It's so weird that such an old game has a reconnect feature and the new games don't. That's crazy.
Right? Yeah, it is weird. So this is another important part of the track. You want to minimize your airtime. So we see them go to the left before they take that drop down. Just a little note, because with pickups off races, you do have to get every single edge that you can get. They are going to be starting the halfway point of the track. We've got Erzu, Frostbitten, and Kilabarus in the top 3. And one of our narratives, one of our storylines has been Frost versus Powers. So Frost getting an early advantage, but Powerate keeping it very close, sitting in 5th. Not bad. Not bad at all. And important to keep in mind, we've also got Ahma, Erzu, and Kilabarus all fighting it out. And Kilabarus, I do believe, is far up there. Ahma in 9th.
Oh, Matty, not having
Erzu
the best.
leading. So, Erzu certainly not out of this battle. He's currently in 4th place, which is in the money as far as the season standings go. But he is also fighting for possibly 3rd with Frostbitten. But Frostbitten right there in 2nd. We'll see if Erzu is able to hold on all the way through. I spoke a little too soon, though. Frost seizing the day. He is going to grab it on the inside. And we'll see how this tricky snake section works. Erzu with a little bit of airtime, nothing too major. Whoa, veering off the track, he does recover. Important 180 upslopes.
I feel like Frostbitten got it. He's not making mistakes. Erzu kind of trying to cut corners here and there, but not being successful with it.
Yeah. In the meantime, Kilabarus has fallen back in the ranks. He's fallen back behind Powerate. Erzu and Frost keeping it close. And you'll notice down the bottom left, Nick is only 3 meters behind him. So certainly potential here based on how they take these launches. Ooh, I wouldn't say that was the best launch for Erzu, and yet he gained so much space on Nick with it. So well done by Erzu there.
Frost winning Erzu, 2nd Nick, 3rd G-Force improved to 4th place. This is crazy because he was actually at the end of the pack at the beginning of the race, so
Indeed.
he improved a lot. Oh, why? Why is instant replay not working? Okay, I need to actually check why it's not working, but I have a wild guess why it's not working. But this should be working, so I don't know why it's not working.
I do want to say Ahma versus Kilabarus, they're tied in overall point standings.
Okay.
And they were neck and neck there at the back on SBX Alpine. So already starting their duel off.
Okay. Okay. I know why it's not working, but I don't know if I will be able to fix this. Honestly. Shit, I was like thinking about one thing missing. I was worried about it. But let's see if I can actually fix this. I don't think I can. I don't think I can fix this.
In the meantime, the next car is Fat Slug. Will we get any blocks on Fat Slug? Ooh, and everyone has swapped over. It doesn't seem like there's any blockers. Oh my. I think we've got Fat Slug on Moon Dawn on our hands, and this is going to be a little bit of an endurance race on its own. 4 laps of Moon Dawn on the Fat Slug. This is certainly going to be a race to remember. We're going to be hopping in.
Okay, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we won't have instant replays for today. I don't
Alright,
know
all good,
why.
all good.
I cannot fix this live.
It's okay.
I don't know why. Okay, so going to the second race, we'll just be showing tables and what is happening live there. Oh my god, fast. Oh, maybe it's good that it's so early. It's on the longest track. Oh my god. Come on.
The slowest car on the longest race. But important to keep in mind, there are a lot of top speed track or portions of this track, which makes Fat Slug especially interesting here. So it is not necessarily going to be the slowest car here on Moon Dawn because of all these top speed sections. There actually might be cars that would be slower than the Fat Slug, thanks to the Fat Slug's very nice top speed. And we can see them accumulating that top speed, and they're going to take it straight into the Moon section, which is very tricky. Will they have the right line to conserve all of their speed? They are all in a very precarious straight line position right now. We all know what happens. One break in the line and the whole line could get tumbling down here. Will they take the shortcut? I predict not. We might have some freaks do it. Yes, we'll have a lot of them, actually, and it does look like it's not bad. They caught up with that purple name. No one going to fall into the quicksand, fortunately. If you lose traction, it's a very slippery surface through that area. If you lose traction, you'll go straight into the water. Have to do a repo, but no one happening to no one there. Maddie moving up the ranks slightly. G-Force is leading overall alongside Makakowski.
Okay, so I'm trying to find out why instant replay is not working. Okay.
Ooh. The big shortcut launch, Powerate, able to capitalize on a couple of wrecks that happened. Looked like Makakowski, Kilabarus, Ahma, Nick all got caught up in, they kind of got tangled up in each other.
Yeah, one thing that I noticed with Fast, like driving uphill with this car is just pain.
It's very heavy. So yeah, it's tough to do.
Yeah. Always a mistake. People are actually really close to each other. Who's in the lead though? Oh, one mistake. Oh, yeah, I wanted to make an instant replay, but I forgot I cannot.
So we got G-Force and Frost there. First two. Makakowski about 15 meters back. And this is a situation as normal for these drivers, but it's a very tense situation for Powerate because Powerate is fighting with Frosttbitten in those overall points, and he's in the money as well. So to be seeing Frosttbitten doing so well here early on both SPX Alpine and on Moon Dawn is definitely going to put the pressure on Powerate straight away, but he's dealing with the pressure well. Hey, Makakowski, 2 wheels on, 2 wheels off, spins out. Powerate scoops up third, and he's right behind Frost. Great position for him.
Powerate has to fight actually to maintain his position. So far, he is in the 5th position. G-Force is ahead of him, but what is most important, Frostttbitten is first. So Powerate has to keep this in mind because Frost is battling him for the 2nd place in Division 1.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Frost is 2nd.
He has been. He continues. He could potentially move into first, though. We'll have to see. We've got half of our race still remaining. That's right. We just got to lap 3. And I think we saw Laggy Rock a lot further back at the start of this race. Laggy Rock, some monumental recovery work to move into 3rd. And Nick in 4th. So my question is, where is Powerate? And my question gets answered. He's fighting with Maddie He's alongside Erzu as well. This is a horror scene for Powerate, especially considering that he's also potentially fighting with Erzu for Erzu attacking third and Powerate defending third. So all eyes on Powerate, really. He's in quite a transitional area here for this being the 10th of 10 weeks in the Revolt Racing League. He has to go on the outside. Erzu passes him right up. Kilabarus wants a piece of this action as well. Keep in mind, Kilabarus is also one of those people on the line, on the fence. Ooh, and he does flip up over. Shortcut taken by these three. Matty looking to lead as they head into the quicksand. Indeed, he does, knocking Erzu and Powerate back down.
And whenever I see that section of the map, I always remind myself of Lopez. Each and every lap, he was just in the water. Yeah.
Every single lap. Every single lap. Literally. That was horrible for Lopez. And the thing was, he got knocked into it like every single lap too. So this launch, very important. We can see if they maintain stability or not, depending on the way that you take the jump, the angle that you take it at, what you land on top of. We saw the first two drivers making it look very simple and straightforward, but then Nick just took it a little bit too far to the left, and 5 positions gone in the blink of an eye. Laggy Rock, Matty, Erzu, Powerate, all nabbing up his spot. And Matty and Laggy Rock have been recovering crazily from Moondawn because they started out in a horrible spot. So we'll see if they're able to hold on to it, because Erzu is definitely poised to attack here on lap 4-4, where things are really winding down.
And I have to say that Matty finally got a good race there.
Yes. Matty a bit lower in our overall standings, but he's still caught up in some points battles. So any positions that he can, especially a podium finish for him in one of these races, is going to give him, especially this early on, it's going to be a great confidence boost. But it's not over yet. He's got Erzu, Laggy Rock, and Nick hot on his tail, possibly more than that. We'll watch them get through this Moondawn section, or the Moon section rather, and they do make it through without instance. And so we see Frostttbitten is in second, about 50 meters ahead of all of them, and G-Force is about 50 meters ahead of Frostttbitten. So first and second, unless something crazy happens, just about locked down. Erzu, tricky landing on the shortcut, and he falls back very quickly. He does recover. He doesn't take a dive into the quicksand, but certainly not setting himself up super well. And we see G-Force going for the launch. I like how Jeromu, our observer for today, is showing this launch for each of our drivers. G-Force nails it. We've got Frostttbitten up next in second. Unless something happens with his landing here, he's got it figured out, mapped out perfectly, flawlessly. Let's see our other three. Nick does find a solid landing this time around. He takes it a little bit further to the right. So we got Matty barely leading over Nick and Erzu. And Powerate seems to have fallen further down in our standings. He's currently not even in 6th. So where's Ahma? Where's Powerate? We've got Kilabarus in 5th. The racers are finishing up. G-Force done. Frostttbitten about to be done. We've got a shortcut finish right here. Nick not going to attempt it. Nobody going to attempt it. You can take it on the inside and stay locked down on the inside and try to find something. Not going to happen though. And Laggy Rock fell from 2nd or 3rd all the way down to 9th. And we've got Ahma finishing up. Keep in mind, he's on a slow laptop here, and he's out in 10th here.
Wow.
Okay.
So, Frost is actually going strong in today's races, because he won the first race. Now he's 2nd. So he's going to maintain his first position. And this is something to keep in mind, because he's in a direct battle with Powerate. Powerate so far is not having the best session. Let's not stress out him. It's still early to say anything. Frost just started really strong. G-Force, he won the race now, so I like the spirit from him. As always, the true competitor. Even though he is secure, he's still fighting. He still can improve his position, because if he wins this session, well, that's additional $5. So that's still a
exactly. He gets some more money.
Yeah, so it's still small motivation to actually show up and do your best. And we've got 10 players. I also shout out to Matty, because he had finally a good race. I think he finished 3rd, right, in that race. So that's also good by him. I don't see points being updated though in the table, unfortunately.
I can
So
do it vocally if necessary. I can get it after Venice Reverse. I'll get the points updated for us if necessary. But we do have the next car is selected Zipper, and I don't see any blocks coming out yet. We do still have people swapping off Fat Slug, so there is still potential. Everyone has swapped to Zipper. It doesn't look like anyone has any plans to block that. So Venice Reverse on the Zipper. Very good to see an upper class car in Venice Reverse. Venice Reverse, a very technical track, and we are loading in. There were no blocks, and this is going to be a treat to watch. Watching Division 1 with the Zipper on Venice Reverse. I can't think of a better way to spend my Saturday. We're starting here, loading in.
well,
I'm excited to see how it plays out.
we only see Makakowski, no Jan, and those guys have to have bad memories with the Zipper, honestly. If we remember the tournament session. Oh,
Right. Okay, early on, Laggy Rock with another strong lead this time. Frostbitten once again up there fighting for podium like he has in his previous races as well. This time, Ahma staying up closer to the
Nick.
pack.
Launching himself to the river.
It's a
canal.
risk you take when you take these turns so tightly. A very tricky section right here. They balance out the braking quite well. Frost seems to have less braking than others. Ahma, short end of the stick. They go for the launch. Nobody getting any kind of weird zipper hole situations. We start lap 2 out of 6. Ahma, oh, look at that. All 3 of them spinning out. And that is a slippery surface. It doesn't look like the surface changes, but that's actually a surface change to a very slippery surface before that turn. Something to keep in mind. Ahma, Erzu, close battle for third. Ahma, again, on a laptop, so it's cool to see him sticking in this battle. How long will he be able to hold on to it? And a similar situation for Laggy Rock, as we saw on the previous lap, previous track, Moon Dawn. Will he be able to hold on to this strong position, or will the pressure get to him by the end of the race? Well, certainly have to stay locked in. G-Force trying to make some recovery. He tries to get around Ahma, can't quite make it. Tricky portion once again. We could see that zippers start to go for a drift scenario almost.
Yes, and Lagirok still maintaining.
Oh.
I have to say that Lagirok and Frostbitten are extremely clean with their laps so far. Lagirok somehow maintaining his lead over Frost, but Frost is incredible today.
Frostbitten is a Zipper diehard fan. He will defend Zipper to the death. He loves driving it, and he's showing that. Laggy Rock does get passed up just like that through the gate. Frost makes it look so easy, but this car is actually quite difficult. Laggy Rock will be happy to finish in second for sure, but we got Ahma and Erzu. We've also got Makakowski, G-Force, and Powerate nearby. Powerate in 6th. Someone that we've been keeping our eyes on. G-Force falling back, actually, and he collides with the pole as well.
And Powerate, he has to improve. He still got 3 laps, if I'm correct, or 2 laps. Oh, Erzu spinning there. Makakowski advancing 1 position. Ahma, he had a rough start, and look how he recovered. He's in the 3rd position now, chasing Laggy Rock and Frost. So this is also incredible driving by him.
Okay, they make it through.
Laggy Rock
spoke a little too soon. It doesn't end there with the slippery surface. You also have that narrow jump. You take it at a weird angle like Laggy Rock did. You run straight to that column. Makakowski sent into a box. Sent him packing. Laggy
that
Rock.
Was beautiful defense by Laggy Rock there. He defended so nice after the mistake. Still in a top 3 position.
Moving into our final lap, will he be able to hold on to that position? Because last lap has been a struggle for Laggy Rock. These last laps have been challenging him. Makakowski taking a different line through that gate seemed to work out pretty well for him, though. Frost, he seems to have not gained as much on Ahma as I would have expected. So first place still open. We'll see Laggy Rock getting pressured hard by Erzu. Oh my goodness. We'll see if he's able to hold on through the diagonal door. Ahma wrecked.
Ooh, Laggy Rock.
Laggy Rock.
Too greedy. Taking
Indeed.
the corner too early.
Laggy Rock falling to 5th. Ahma, Makakowski, Erzu. Last turn here through the gate. Very tricky section. We've seen Makakowski risking it. He might go for a dive bomb. Indeed, he takes it full speed, and Ahma wrecks, so he doesn't even have to go for it. So Ahma falls back 2. That gate is a killer. Laggy Rock finishes out in 5th. Kilabarus found about 3 positions there by the end. Passed up a number of people. Unfortunately, not the same situation for Maddie, who does end up in our caboose for this race. Frostbitten winning. Congratulations, Frostbitten betters.
Man, and Frost, I have to say, impressive, because he won 2 races and 1 second. I hope we're gonna have the tables updated in one of the sheets. The first race was updated, but the second and third are not. I don't know if Nick is doing it or if someone else updating the tables as well. Would be nice to have this, but I know also that the players have to focus on the race themselves. But the next track, But the next track that is coming is Home 1. So the track with the longest lap count, as you said, is a NASCAR type of race, going in circles. So we'll see how this will go. But still, we have no updates with the tables. I'm going to ask you.
I have got some scores for us. We've got Frostbitten leading by 6 points. We're using the IO system, so 1 point for each position that you get. So Frost leading by 6 points, an early strong lead. He really wants to lock down second place. He's attacking Powerate hard. Powerate's got 14 points right now, and he's down in 6th place. So Powerate's got some work to do. This is early in the session though, but got to start stepping it up here. We've got Erzu with 23, G-Force with 20, Nick and Makakowski tied with 17. Our car was NY54. That was blocked by Ahma. The next car is Toyeka. G-Force blocks it instantaneously, and we'll be going for a third car here at Home 1.
Yeah, we'll reload the page. Maybe it's my fault, but I don't think so. The tables are just...
I'm using a separate.
Oh, wait.
I'm using Erzu's program to update the standings.
Okay, I actually think it crashed. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it crashed for me. Okay.
Okay.
It actually crashed for me. That's why.
Okay, we've got a BRB 2 min, so we do have some time here. It might be Nick updating the standings, so
yeah,
it could be that we don't.
I just go to the direct thing. Yeah, it did crash for me. Okay, it did crash. That's my fault. That's the fault on my end.
So looking at our overall standings leading into this, again, got to remind y'all, we have battle for second on our hands, Powerate versus Frostbitten, and there's a 4-point difference between them in the overall standings, which is a difference of second and third, because we do use MotoGP system for that. So 4-point differential between second and third. It's that small of a difference between them. We've also got Erzu less than 12 points behind Frostbitten. Ahma, Kilabarus both with 86, and they're going to be trying to catch Erzu for 4th place. And keep in mind, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all going to be winning money here in Division 1.
Okay, I don't know what is happening with my streaming tool, but I'm having bugs. Like for the final one, I'm having technical issues. And
Unfortunate. I actually had technical issues yesterday in Division 2.
I don't know why.
Man.
I don't know why though. That's why the table did not work, because, well, okay, not cool. Not cool. I will check it this way maybe.
So the next car is Dr. Grudge. And it doesn't look like we have any blocks here. So Dr. Grudge on home one, definitely going to be interesting. We'll see who goes for the couch skip and who doesn't. I think that couch skip is going to be pretty essential. We'll see if anybody can make it work without it.
Okay, something will happen. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, so I actually will need people to update a different table for me, unfortunately. Uh, yeah, I have a bag. Unfortunately.
If it's just for the standings, that'll be all right.
Yeah, it's for the standings. We can go
That'll
with
be all right.
races. It's okay.
Yeah.
I just thought that I could take with those small details, but I just need the original one. Hey, we can go. The stream doesn't have to wait. Players don't have to wait.
Well, I mean, I do have the points available, so it'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay, we can go. We can go. Yeah, what an unfortunate day. Like, this is the final
Alright.
session, and instant replay stopped working. Now I cannot show the table somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't want to reset the stream, honestly.
Right.
Probably that would help. Probably that would help. Then again,
Powerate saying Nick is AFK. I gleamed that. I need to start memorizing some jokes that I can tell y'all. Some really low effort jokes. Putting me on the spot like this. I need something like, because you have to tell a joke with conviction. You have to be very confident about it. If I'm making up on the spot, I don't know if I can convey that same.
Wait, a fun joke. Let me think about one in English. So, a dry English joke. I don't know.
Nick says block. Nick wasted all that. He didn't waste, but he waited all that time. Then he says block. So we are headed to a new car. Next car is Harvester. I can tell you one thing that Harvester is going to harvest. Maybe some blocks. No blocks. Kippy. Yeah, Nick had to discuss the block with his mom. He was at home. Said, "Mom, it's home one. Do I really like do I let this grudge through?" She said, "No. Nay."
Okay, we're taking some time.
We're loading in. We had some blocks, but we didn't have any block on the Harvester. So we are ready. You can block if you clean your room, son. Y'all should not put me on joke duty. Y'all should put Kippy on joke duty. But you know what isn't a joke? That potted plant. That's the most serious potted plant I've ever seen. And it caught about 4 people off guard, too. But we are here on home one. We got 18 laps of it. We already finished up one. Yes, it is an oval. The main appeal to this track is this couch skip right here. We are going to see them going for it. And then you've got to go pretty clean on the right. to maximize your speed. Powerate, Laggy Rock, Frostbitten. Powerate starting to change the tides of time here. Well, at least he's going to try to. He's got a lot of points to make back up. He's not going to be doing too much against Frost, but he needs to do something, and this is certainly doing something here on home one. Will he be able to hold on to the lead, though? That's certainly the question. Frost is rapidly approaching both Laggy Rock and Powerade, and he's going to have to make an attempt here on Laggy Rock soon. Laggy Rock blocking on the inside, and we're going to see them continuing to block, I do believe. G-Force nearby in fourth.
Yeah, this is a really important moment for the Powerade to actually start winning those races, because he needs to catch up with Frost, who's leading the entire session with 2 wins and 1 second place. So now this is the time for the Powerade to improve.
Besides this battle for first, we do have a battle for midfield as well. G-Force, Makakowski, Erzu, Kilabarus are all very close behind this group of 3. It might just look like the 3 of them are racing, but it's actually, yeah, we can see just how many people are keeping these front 3 honest. If Frost tries to take a pass and something goes south, he's going to instantly lose a lot of positions here, so he might not even want to risk it. We're seeing them continue to approach Powerade and get closer and closer behind him, but Powerade is just blocking it perfectly, as well as Laggy Rock not letting anything by, and G-Force, Erzu, and Makakowski continue to approach Kilabarus a little bit further, Nick further than that, Ahma very far, along with Maddie, all things considered. So Laggy Rock attempting on the inside, not going to happen. Continuing to try to find a pass. Laggy Rock aiming for a pass as well, but nothing getting by. We've got a bunch more laps left to work with, though. About 8 laps, 9 laps left to work with. We'll see what they're able to do here. Continuing to watch this group of 3. G-Force has moved into the equation, and we've got Makakowski and Erzu directly behind as well.
This is so stressful what we have here, Powerade, Laggy Rock and Frost. They're so close to a single mistake is just huge loss, because all of them are just driving flawlessly.
Indeed. It might be less fireworks than, say, a pro car or something like that, where we see people just bouncing off the couch and this and that, but these small margins might be enough. Erzu finds the pass on Makakowski. We can see it in the bottom left. He is now the one behind G-Force. G-Force sitting right behind all 3 of them, waiting for his prey. When will he strike? Hard to say. We've got Laggy Rock, Frost, so close to Powerade. Lap 14.
Yeah, G-Force is getting really close to top 3. Small mistake by him.
Exactly. He taps the couch right when you say it. We've got Erzu still in the mix as well. Kilabarus, 10 meters back. He could still be in the mix as well. We've got just a few laps left to go. Let's see how they continue to handle the couch section, making it through with in a breeze. And they are all on top of each other here.
This is so close. Any mistake, a single mistake can be a mistake to a lot of players, because they're all close to each other.
Oh, Laggy Rock, he gets passed by Frostbitten. He weaves out to the outside. Not sure what happened, but he did get passed up in an instant. And if you've ever heard the term, the straw that broke the camel's back, this is certainly what it's feeling like. G-Force on the inside. And Laggy Rock, G-Force passes 2. Laggy Rock almost finds Frost, but he can't quite do it. We're on the final lap here. The landscape has changed, but one thing has remained the same. Powerade out in first. Makakowski barely edging out over Erzu. And we've got the final straightaway right after this. And it is going to be Powerade, G-Force, Frost, Makakowski, Laggy Rock, Erzu, all finishing in an instant.
That was one of the closest top 7 finishes I've seen everyone just losing by a margin of just point
I mean,
seconds.
look at Frost and Makakowski, 2 milliseconds between them.
It is insane. One of the closest races we probably had the entire season. One
The entire
mistake
season,
could
yeah.
be just a disaster to everyone, but what an impressive finish by GeForce. Finishing second
Definitely.
there. This is just insane how he took Frost and Mac. And this is actually important because if Frost finished second right behind Powerate, then well, Powerate with this wouldn't gain a match, but here he gained 2 points over Frost. So he's closing the gap slowly but steady. Still a lot of work to be done by him, but maybe we will have tables updated as I requested in another sheet, because for now we've got Frostbitten in a lead with 37 points, GeForce
There we go.
second with 29 points, Erzu third with 28 points, Powerate closing the gap now because he's tied with Makakowski.
Yes.
Fourth place. He's still losing 13 points towards Frost, but as said, he gained 2 points. He's closing the gap slowly but steady.
Yeah, he was in sixth place last time we looked at him. Now he's tied for fourth and only 4 points behind third, only 5 points behind second. Now we did have a block there at the very end, I do believe. So R6 Turbo was the car, but Laggy Rock said block before we started loading in. And so we are going to have a new car, I do believe.
Okay, and what do we have here? Is it going to be RC Turbo?
No, we have Pest Control. And Maddie blocks it. Everyone is very upset in the lobby right now about Pest Control being blocked. People are not happy about it. They're calling him cringe. They're very upset about this. Some verbal abuse to Maddie over the Pest Control block. And Maddie, the only thing he has to say is wow. And I can't blame him for that. So we are going to be getting a new card chosen. Kippy saying, Kilabarus, please wake up. Indeed, Kilabarus is down in the ranks right now. He's only got 16 points. He's got some work to do. Remember, he's tied with Ahma in the overall points, but Ahma is behind him. Ahma is 1 position behind him. So Kilabarus managing to hold strong to that duel between them, but they're definitely falling behind Erzu rapidly. Erzu in third place with 28 points. The next car is Candy Pebbles. We saw this in Division 3. And we're going to be seeing it here in Division 1 as well, unless it gets blocked. This is a pretty straightforward car. You do not want to wreck with it, as with most cars, but especially with this one. And we'll see how it goes on Radioactive, where cars are prone to wrecking.
Let's go. It's going to be our 5th race, if I'm correct. 10 laps on Radioactive. And let's go.
All right, and away we go. Will we see anyone take a dip? Kilabarus will, and it's a very strange. Well, we got to pay attention though. The U-turn up ahead through the urns, and another tricky jump. Laggy Rock is leading us. We're going into the freeze frame. Oh no! Very bad time to have some lag. Okay, we're back to it. Laggy Rock. Who is that out in first now? I think that's Makakowski. We've got Frostbitten in third, a familiar position. Okay, a little bit of a flash forward for us. No worries. We just went to live. Somebody just took a dip. I think that might have been Erzu. Maybe not, but we got either way. We've got Powerate in 6th place. Keep in mind, he is chasing down Frostbitten, trying to defend against him. The Frostbitten onslaught that has been present here in the grand finale of the Revolt Racing League. They're starting lap 3 of 10. We've got Makakowski, Laggy Rock, and Frostbitten for our top 3. Laggy Rock has constantly found himself in upper positions as the race begins, but then he loses his edge as the race continues. He's passed up by Frost. G-Force trying to get around him, and he will push him the hell out of the way. Laggy Rock not going to be happy with that at all.
I have to say that by this point, Powerate, the only thing he has to think about is just being always ahead of Frostbitten. Doesn't matter if you win the race or not,
Yes.
just be ahead of him. Just to all the time close the
Indeed.
gap with the points.
Speaking of Powerade, he's currently sitting in 5th place. We can see him in the bottom left. He's trailing Nick by about 15-20 meters. They do go for the 180. And then the tricky jump and slide section is going to be pretty simple on Candy Pebbles, but it can get quite finicky depending on the car. G4 in the trees on a launch, and he's out in no man's land. Powerade passes him up, moves into 4th, and he is one target closer to his primary target, Frostbitten. He's going to have to pass up Nick as well if he wants to catch him. And Makakowski has been going strong. Now, don't forget, Makakowski is 1 point ahead of Yun, and he's 6 points ahead of Laggy Rock. So he's going to be trying to defend his position. This is a great spot for him. Powerate, in the meantime, holding on to 4th, but just barely over G-Force. G-Force might attempt to pass soon, and indeed he does. We see it. If we can go back a little bit, Jeromo, we've got the two of them dueling it out, I do believe. We got the jump right here.
But Frost doesn't stop to impress me personally in this session today. All the time in the top 3 finishes. Just incredible racing. Powerade,
Yeah.
to be found.
Powerate was, I think, 5th. I think we saw him in 5th. So we'll try to get eyes on him once again, but we don't have time for it because Makakowski, in the meantime, has fallen out of 1st. He must have taken a dip in those cool, toxic waters of the radioactive garden. In the meantime, Frost and Nick continue on their duel. G-Force and Powerate surprisingly close to the rest of the pack. And we've got Makakowski holding on to 3rd, but he is like a cat out of water here. He's already been soaked. He's not having a good time. He's going to have a tougher time defending against both G-Force and Powerade, 2 powerhouses here in the Division 1 of the RVRL, 1st and 2nd place respectively. In the meantime, Nick, who has been quiet overall in our season, a bit middle of the pack. I know he's wanted more, and he's using now, right here in the grand finale, to try to get as many points as he can locked in. He's staring down Frostbitten. He's trying to take that 1st place out of his hands, but Frostbitten is having nothing to do with it as we start lap 9 of 10.
But I like how Nick is attacking Frost. He's driving really aggressive, cutting those corners, really driving on edge. And look at this G-Force, like, somehow he's always there. Like, people keep fighting
Always.
him, but then G-Force just shows up, finishes 2nd, 3rd, wins at the end of the, race out of nowhere.
Right, and I said Makakowski was like a cat out of water here. G-Force, another kind of a cat, having 9 lives here. It's like no matter what anyone does to him, he cannot be brought down. He will bring himself down a little bit there, losing about 5 meters. Not going to be able to fight with Frost or Nick here in the final turns. Frost looking to lock down another victory. Will we see a Frost 2nd place in the overall standings? An upset, to be sure, over Powerate, who was 1st for many weeks in this division. He finishes out in 6th place, I do believe, on Radioactive Garden. The pressure may be getting to him here. Ahma with another not so great finish, and he is continuing to slide back in his battle against Kilabarus. But actually, Kilabarus 8th, so Kilabarus and Ahma neck and neck still. Erzu not having the performance of his life, but Powerate not either. So these overall standings are going to be looking pretty similar to how they did previously, but Frostbitten continuing to pull away from the rest of the pack.
Beautiful race. And Frost pressing it another time. I'm asking if actually I'm gonna have some table updates. There's one sheet that I can use, but unfortunately no one is actually doing this. But Frostbitten maintaining his lead, 47 points. His finishes 1st, 2nd, 1st, 3rd, 1st. Incredible. Powerade has a lot of job to be done here. But with Frostbitten driving like this today, I'll be incredibly hard, even if Powerade started winning every single race right now. And we've got, what, 5 races left? So 50...
Exactly, we're halfway through.
50 points in grab, since we have 10 players racing today. And Frost would actually need to drive disastrously right now. So, but Powerate, his gap to G-Force is not big. It's only 7 points. But you have to keep in mind that in the overall standings, Powerade is only 4 points ahead of Frost. So even if Powerade finishes
Exactly.
second and Frost wins, the gap between
That's enough.
winning and second place is 5 points. So the advantage of Powerade is just not enough. He has to be ahead of Frost to maintain his position.
So we are here, Port Lamau 2. Port Lamano 2 is our next track. And it looks like RC Bandit is the pick. No one has blocked it, so looking to go into Port Lamano 2 right away with that RC Bandit.
Isn't like RC Bandit the classic? You know, like whenever you started Revolt, he's like the first car you're driving. He's like, you know, the first thing, your first experience with the game, basically.
RC Bandit, straight away. Okay. And as we begin Port Lamano 2, a tricky turn to start us off. Not going to have as much mayhem as predicted by myself. G-Force, early lead. We can already see it pulling away. We've got an intense U-turn after this chicane area. And there it is, some drop down. We've got a big U-turn that can be kind of tricky depending on how you take the angling. Oh, Kilabarus, an interesting angle there, pushing Powerate a little bit perhaps. And yeah, then we've got a pretty straightforward section to close it out. A nice turn and then some more turns. And yeah, pretty simple, straightforward. And we'll be headed to the next lap where things heat up once again right away with the first turn. Frost, notably, not in the podium here, as he has been basically every single track by the end of lap 1. He is sitting in 5th place, Powerate in 6th. Going to continue to be defending against Powerate as his main target, but of course he wants any points that he can get. Makakowski almost getting flung into the box by Erzu. It's not going to happen though. Makakowski will have to ultimately cede second place to Erzu though for now. Frostbitten trying to continue to move up in the ranks. Kilabarus taking that turn so strangely, but it works out for him 2 times in a row. So props to Kilabarus. He really gets a nice breakaway from Frost there. Like we said, Frost is currently 10 points over the current second place, which is G-Force. So huge performance by Frost, but he's going to have to continue bringing it home. So we're only halfway through the session. Erzu and Makakowski continuing to grind metal up against each other, fighting back and forth. But the question is, will that lead to one of them falling out? Maybe both of them, and getting scooped up by Kilabarus and Frost. We'll certainly see as this race continues. Not at the halfway point yet, but approaching. Beautiful inside 180 by Makakowski. Finds the pass on Erzu. Will he be able to hold on to it though? And there's Frost. He's now in 5th. Powerate has moved back into 7th. Ahma and Maddie not able to find too much, unfortunately. We did have Maddie performing quite well in one of our tracks, but welcome back.
I was trying to actually fix the tables myself, but okay, winning the race, G-Force in the lead, so what is happening here?
Yeah, we've got G-Force, Erzu, Makakowski fighting for top 3. Kilabarus has actually broken away from Frostbitten in the meantime, not something I'm used to saying. It's usually the opposite. Frostbitten with anyone, he's usually the one who's able to break away, but Kilabarus has been finding insanely powerful lines here on Port Lamano 2. We are past the halfway point, starting to wrap this track up. 2 laps left to go once they do this turn here. G-Force has been holding steady to first, but definitely hasn't been able to do a full breakaway from Erzu or Makakowski, which is interesting considering what we saw in Radioactive Garden on Candy Pebbles. The man has an inhuman ability to challenge positions, but once he gets out in first, it doesn't seem like he's made too much distance. Of course, this is with the RC Bandit. We've got Nick still holding on to 6, a decent way behind Frost, and I think Powerate should be behind him. I can check right now on my own side just to be sure. Indeed, it is Powerate. He's 25 meters back behind Nick. So he is holding on to a 2-point differential here from Frostbitten still, but it's not enough. He has to be challenging more. The thing about these rookies, it's so rare for someone to make a mistake, and so it's hard once you've lost that initial competitiveness with the other racers. It's hard to gain it back. But we'll see. It was certainly a finicky turn there for Erzu, but he did survive it. We could see more hazards in our reach. Kilabarus very nearby.
And where's Powerate? Frost is in top 5, but we can't see Powerate
Powerate is 6th or 7th right now. Yeah, so we got Frost, who hasn't been able to recover too many positions, currently sitting in 5th, but he is ahead of Powerate, so that is the main point of contention. We do see Erzu continuing to snag points for himself, though. He's currently sitting above Powerate in the overall standings. He could potentially even move into 3rd. The race has concluded. Erzu in 2nd, Powerate in 7th. I think Frostbitten found 5th. Okay, not bad for Kilabarus either, I will mention.
Yeah, difference win Erzu second, Makowski third, Frost with his worst result in today's session 5th, and this is still incredible finish, you know.
Right.
Asking if someone will actually get me my table running. If it's possible, please, Nick, be so kind.
Well, in the meantime, G-Force is actually it's climbing, right? He's now only down 6 points behind Frost. So it would be interesting if G-Force passed up Frost. Maybe Powerate could find a couple more positions. This battle for second could be heated back up. But the way it currently stands, Frostbitten is such an outstanding performer here today, especially, of course, the whole season, but especially today. And he has got about a 19-point lead over Powerate. Nick is tied with Powerate for 5th place.
Yes, exactly. But then again,
Makowski doing well for himself as well.
We're talking so much about Frost against Powerade, but G-Force, he can still win the session. You know? He's only 6 points behind Frostbitten, so Frost, he gotta be careful for G-Force. And Erzu is also closing the gap.
Yes, so I mean, like we said, a session win is nothing to scoff at, right? It's $5 straight away. So as far as the session goes, the money is still on the table for people to take. Like you said, Erzu close. He is 11 points behind Frost for that 1st place, so it's definitely doable. Now, Powerate does block Colonel Moss on Castle 1, another rookie. So it's good to see that get knocked out of the way. And let's see if we get perhaps Dust Mite, Ahma suggests. Of course, we do have a random wheel spin to decide what car is chosen. It's the Evil Weasel. Gotta tell you, Tara, I'm so excited to see the Evil Weasel here. This is a cult favorite. We haven't seen it come out in Division 2 or in Division 3, but I've really been hoping that we would see the Evil Weasel, especially in Division 1. There are a number of drivers who are very proficient at this Evil Weasel. It's an extremely understeery car, and so we'll definitely see who's got what it takes to get a win with the Evil Weasel. It will definitely come down to who has the best grasp of this unique car.
So which class is this car, though? Evil Weasel.
I believe this is an advanced class car. So it is it's not quite a pro, but it's a very tricky evil cat indeed. Frost, of course, does not, someone said, Ahma said block Frost, but he was actually joking because Frost is one of those people that I was talking about was very proficient with the car. So we'll definitely see Frostbitten happy to take it. And guess what, Tara? Frostbitten is going to be starting with a pole position as well as we load in here. So we definitely got a situation on our hands for any Frostbitten deniers. They're certainly going to be hard pressed to find a reason to continue to deny him here on Castle. Ahma, short end of the stick, as has been the case many times in this race so far. Laggy Rock, Makakowski, also two people who have been performing well but have gotten knocked back early in this race.
So
Kilabarus leads us.
Ahma was trying to skyrocket to the moon, but the wrong way.
Okay. Another great race by Erzu so far. We're in the very early stages here on Castle, but we could see Erzu starting to break away if he can get some more great finishes under his belt. We've also got two people big on our radar, Powerate and G-Force. They're 4th and 5th. Basically, everyone right now in the top 6 is the same people who have been fighting. Very important 3-point turn here. We see Frost take it super slow, but he sets himself up perfectly to just take it at diagonal for the 3rd turn, which is what you want to be doing. But we see Kilabarus is seriously breaking away from the pack here.
Well, that was actually a weird part. I felt like how Nick and Powerate this part, like how Nick and Powerate drove, like how Powerate lost so much speed and Nick did not in this uphill drive. It's just insane.
Yeah, Evil Weasel has a great top speed. So he must have just been able to conserve a good amount of his speed, whereas Powerate was not, and he just launches into that turn and goes straight past him like it's nothing on a straightaway.
Yeah, it was just so smooth.
Yeah, exactly. So we just passed up that Candelabra section. It's not going to be too tricky here in Division 1. These racers are prepared for these tracks. 3-point turn coming up. Let's see how they handle it. Look at G-Force, almost set up perfectly. And it looked like Erzu was set up pretty damn close to perfectly as well. We're here on lap 3 out of 5. Erzu tipping the corner.
I still remember, what was that? Kippy with Lopezka jumping on each other on this map?
Yeah, I think it was them. They definitely had some moments here on Castle 1. Lopezka had a lot of moments in general in this last session. Some very comedic stuff if you're not the one who's in his shoes. Of course, much less comedic if you're the one who's it's happening to. Makakowski having a subpar race so far. He's been in our top positions here. So this could shift the landscape of our overall standings. Two-way Candelabra hit. Nickern and also Erzu both running straight into it and falling 2 wheels off. Really interesting stuff.
Powerate in 4th. He still get a chance to maybe catch Frostbitten somehow. But the consistency, G-Force as well in top 3. Look at that. Powerade closing the gap to G-Force. That would be huge for him.
Yeah, that would be absolutely insane for Powerade to be moving up in the standings. It looked like he was hard pressed for a bit. Kilabarus has... Whoa!
Whoa, that was something interesting what happened here.
Back and forth. We saw a beautiful wall bang from Powerade there. Really taking it super aggressively, and it paid out. But G-Force is going to be on the inside. He closes the gap in an instant, and he passes him up like it was nothing. This guy's crazy. So we got the 3-point turns right here. Kilabarus has been holding on to first, but look at that drop down from Frostbitten. Drops down at the perfect angle. We got 2 laps left. Kilabarus has got the heat underneath him. Will it be enough?
Almost. That was incredible.
It reverts the situation as usual, but it looked for a moment like Frost had that clean pass. It was beautiful. Like you said, G-Force has broken away from Powerate in a beautiful display of force. 15 meters or so, in a blink of an eye, he's out ahead of Powerate. Kilabarus versus Frost, the main battle of our race here on Castle 1. They've just got about half the track left to go, with some very tricky portions up ahead. Now the 3-point turn is where we saw Frost go for it. Frost is on the inside in the Candelabra jump. Powerade fails the jump. Disaster for Powerade. He must really be feeling the pressure, and he cracked there. 3-point turn. Nothing doing. Kilabarus will find a track win here in Castle 1. Finally prying it out from Frostbitten's hands. One time. Powerade has got some work to do, but he doesn't find it. He falls down into 7th by the end of this race. He does finish out ahead of Makakowski, but Powerate fans are going to be seriously stressed as we're past the halfway point. Time is running out. We've got Hospital 2, Toy World Mayhem, Mysterious Toy Vault Factory 2. That's it.
That was really unfortunate finish for Powerate. He lost like 4 positions. He was battling at one point D-Force for third and finished 7th. And Frost with yet another one top 3 finish, and what's important, he's also ahead of D-Force. So Frost just driving out of this world today.
Exactly. Nobody is making any mistakes, Terror. And so when someone like Powerate makes that mistake there in the final lap, it really stands out like a sore thumb. There's just 2-3 people that passed them up. And you're definitely in the hot seat if you're Powerate here because time is running out. He's 2 points behind Nick, 2 more points behind Makakowski, and then a pretty big gap for the podium. We've got Frostttbitten, 62 points. He's 7 points ahead of G-Force with 55. Erzu is 6 points behind him with 49. So we are headed to our next car, and it is Dust Mite. We have been getting no pros. Where's the AMW? Where's the Panga? Actually, we got Ahma and Toyeka. They both got blocked. Our semi-pros, we had Zipper. But for the most part, we've been seeing so many rookies here today. We got the Dust Mite. It doesn't seem like it's getting blocked. And actually, out of all of the rookies, besides Sprinter XL, I'm excited to see Dust Mite for sure. Sprinter XL is a beautiful car to watch in action, especially driven by the pros. But Dust Mite, definitely nothing, definitely not a throwaway race either. So we'll see who's got the best grasp of Dust Mite. It doesn't look like it's getting blocked.
Okay. I don't recognize that car. Is this a rookie car or?
It's a rookie, and it's outclassed by RC Bandit in just about every way. Frost does block it after a long pause. Everyone in the lobby has already swapped to Dust Mite except for him, and he does decide to use his block on Dust Mite, which is interesting to see. But this goes back to something I said earlier, which is where you don't want to drive these rookies if you're feeling very confident in your own driving. You want to make them have to drive perfectly on a trickier car.
Mouse.
Like Mouse, for example. Raton is in the house. Raton in La Casa, but it's been La Blanca by Kilabarus. So
last time I watched, we had a Mouse on this map was Moondawn, and it was just a disaster for players. It was like mayhem all the time, just
it was so cool though.
And the track was just fighting against.
It was on Moondawn too. Yeah, it was like the worst car. It was the worst track for Mouse.
Like everyone was just struggling to finish the race. I mean, I think this is also the track where Toma Kamtowalski lost 150 meters lead. Yeah. On the last lap, I was like,
I remember that
painful.
Now. Pain for sure. But we are loaded in here. I think we ended up with the RC San. So we're going to be loaded into Hospital 2 on the RC San.
So there was another block. Okay.
Yes, there was a block on the Mouse. And we've only got one block left. Makakowski has block left, and he's the only one. So for these 3 remaining tracks, it's pretty much going to be you get what you get. RC San going to be an interesting car for sure here on Hospital. Especially through these upslope turns and stuff, it's easy for the RC San to lose traction. It's a bit of a, considering it's only an amateur, it's quite a finicky car. You have to be very precise with it, and G-Force loves this car. We can see he's already broken away mostly from the pack. One person out there ahead. Kilabarus tries to go for a wall-ride, wall-bank scenario. Matty was leading. He gets knocked swiftly out. He loses about 8 positions by the end of it. G-Force leading on lap number 2. Certainly no surprise that we also see Frostttbitten in a podium spot, and we see Erzu passing up G-Force. Incredible. On RC San, I certainly didn't expect it. The question is it temporary or is it permanent? My guess, Tara, is it's temporary. We do see the landing bug, landing difficulties out of Erzu.
And how fitting that the one who's leading the race right now is G-Force with his favorite car. No surprise there.
Yeah. But we do see these RC sands sliding around like I predicted. Different routes being taken. We saw Nick and Kilabarus try to go for a wallbang scenario. Both went horribly for them. G-Force having some landing issues. It looked like that landing in general is a bit RNG. It does happen from time to time. It's usually not a ton of RNG. But it does look maybe a little bit RNG based because G-Force and Erzu both getting hit hard in that. But G-Force does recover fully and blocks Frost, holds on to first. Makakowski seizes the day, moves into third. Laggy Rock has moved up in the positions as well, quite dramatically, currently sitting in fifth.
And Frost just keeps amazing. He's still in top. Okay, he's now leading, so
yeah,
incredible performance by him today.
Makakowski hanging on just by a thread. He did have more spinning at the jump section. He ran straight into the door, actually, which is what knocked him out of the podium. It was a bit comical there. But in the meantime, looking a bit further backfield, we've got Nick, Kilabarus, and Powerate in 8th. Powerate again struggling here on the RC Sand, and the wheels have basically fallen off for Powerate.
Oh,
we'll see what he's able to do. Matty getting a nice 360 into a double 360 there. He does recover both times, but at what cost? So let's go ahead and flip back towards the front here as we have a big battle that has been brewing between them. Kilabarus in a lukewarm 7th place. Nick and Laggy Rock falling back a bit. And let's flip back towards first, second, third here. We've got Erzu in third. G-Force fighting with Frost, as I expected. Very good to see. Let's stay tuned into this while it stays close.
Just so cool to see that U-turn, while Frost and G-Force just have two different approaches to that section of the track.
Exactly. Erzu Makakowski bumping into the elevator doors there, and he falls out. Laggy Rock spinning as well. Nick gets a 2-for-1 deal and continues moving up in the standings. Nick is challenging Powerade. He's also challenging Makakowski. He's trying to get a podium spot. We'll see if he's able to get it by the end of the race. We got 2 laps left, or by the end of the session rather. We've got 2 laps left here. Frostbitten being held to the door here by G-Force, a door that's frequently opening and closing. That elevator door, that is. G-Force with the spin makes it into a 360, wipes out with style, and continues going, but he's going to have his work cut out for him. He wants to catch Frost now. Final lap begins.
And if anything should happen, this might be the jump landing. If Frost spins, then G-Force can overtake him. And we'll be probably waiting for that moment.
Yeah, it's right ahead. Unlike G-Force, we haven't really seen Frost spin at all. It's mostly been G-Force, and they both make it through. Erzu in third, he's holding on. Nick doesn't fail. Laggy Rock doesn't fail, and it's pretty straightforward here. G-Force goes for the cut finish. I don't know if he's got enough. Yeah, it is just a little bit too much there. Erzu in third, not bad for Erzu at all. And Powerade, oh man, he's falling back behind Matty. Gonna finish out in 10th here.
And Frost with yet another win. Race win, basically. Impressing even more here. So his lead, he's just improving his lead. Unfortunately, I cannot show the tables. I'm asking someone else to update my table that I can actually show, but yeah, no one is doing this.
In the meantime, we've got Frost is 8 points ahead of G-Force still. Erzu with 57. He is 7 points behind G-Force, and he's 10 points ahead of Nick. So the gap for podium has basically been shut off. Not entirely. We got 3 tracks left to go, but it's quickly being shut off. So Frost, G-Force, Erzu quickly looking to be our podium. Erzu and G-Force could exchange positions, but G-Force has been performing out of his mind here. Frostbitten as well. Nick is 1 point ahead of Makakowski here. He's moved up into fourth, like I mentioned. Will he be able to hold on to it? We've also got Kilabarus nearby. Powerate, in the meantime, has fallen down to about seventh place here. He's 3 points behind Kilabarus. Also, I think this deserves mentioning that Kilabarus is locked in that battle with Ahma. He's tied overall, and he's leading over Ahma by a good margin here. So this could be a great moment for Kilabarus to lock in a top season finish. Maybe not in the money, but very close. We had a block out of Makakowski. I think that's what you're saying. It might have been Rotor, I think.
Yes.
Okay, banning the Rotor. He's definitely not going to make any friends or fans banning a Rotor. But we do have the car swap to Genghis Car. No bans left. So whatever gets picked here on Toy World Mayhem, which it was Genghis Car, and whatever gets picked on Toy Volt Factory is going to be the cars that we race with. So Genghis Car is one of our last choices here. Everyone's going to be loading into it. Time's running out, Tara. Just got 2 more tracks left in the entire season. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling extremely impressed by Frostbitten performance, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I kind of just feel bad for Powerate and how he's having
It's tough.
possessions today, but also Erzu. Erzu is fighting for a top 4 finish, or he could overtake maybe Powerade. That would be incredible because Erzu is third and he's still fighting for even second place. He's only 7 points behind G-Force. So
yeah, it's doable.
And this is doable, exactly. If Erzu overtakes G-Force, then well, the gap between Erzu and Powerade is only 16 points.
Mm-hmm.
So
it might not be enough. Powerate's even defending against Laggy Rock here. Powerade is only 7 points ahead of Laggy Rock. So we are loaded into Toy World Mayhem, a very serious part of the track straight ahead. Maddie gets wiped out. A couple people getting wiped out. Nick gets flipped over. Kilabarus finds a bunch of positions, about 5 positions in the blink of an eye there. G-Force Frost once again up top names here right away at the start of the race. Incredible how they find so much consistency with finding top place positions right as the race begins. We saw Erzu was in the mix of these 4 as well, but he actually dropped out. I think he's somewhere around 6th, 7th, 8th area. Kilabarus wiping out also, and some early wipeouts considering oftentimes these players haven't messed up once the entire track. We do see some uncharacteristic wipeouts happening already. Something else that's uncharacteristic, except not really. We do see Makakowski up in the top positions. We've seen that a lot, but it is a bit rare that we see him in that first place position. He's defending against G-Force, who is attacking quite aggressively. Will he be able to hold on? He will be able to hold on through the piano section, but we got a quick 1-2 that tricks people quite often. Makakowski almost getting crowded out.
Whoa.
Oh, and he tips around. Yeah, the Genghis Car quite prone to doing stuff like that, and that's a very prone spot on the track as well. So he does fall back. He's going to be holding on to third, but just by a thread, because we got Nick Erzu launching up. We got Laggy Rock as well. Erzu, like we said in the break before this track right here, Erzu has great potential, but he has to bring it home, and this is not how he does that, Kara. Coming in 6th place, 7th place is not how he brings it home in the last 2 tracks. Powerate finding an impressive showing, 4th place. This is exactly what he needed to hold out against Erzu. His luck may be run out against Frost, but it's not done in his defense against Erzu. He needed this.
Yes, he especially needed. But how fitting is that in top 2 there's Frost and G-Force, the most most consistent players last season, this season, and just keep on going.
Yeah. Okay, we're about halfway through the track. We've got Powerate, Erzu, Laggy Rock, Kilabarus forming a line from 4th to 7th. Ahma and Nick in their own little battle, but they're so far away at this point. Let's flip back forward. Let's get a quick flip up towards the front here. We got some important battles for our podium and also for 4th, 5th, 6th. All right, let's keep it moving. Keep it moving here. Let's get it further up. Okay, Erzu, Powerate, Makakowski for third, fourth, fifth. Makakowski just barely leading over that.
This is really important. Erzu against Powerate, because now Powerate, he has to defend from Erzu advances.
Yes. Yes, Powerate's new target has got to be Erzu. And this is a good position for him to find himself in. Of course, Powerate needs to try to move up in the standings overall, because Erzu is in a really nice spot in third. He's got really nice a cushion of points separating him from fourth place. So he doesn't have too much to worry about. It's really Powerate who needs to beat these other racers to move up in the standings to get himself more points from the session. So he needs to pass up Makakowski. He needs to send these players further down. It's not just Erzu actually on his mind now that I think about it. We got about a lap and a half left. We'll see what Powerate's able to do. He's definitely got podium within his grasp. He's going to be moderately happy with fourth place based on what's been going on so far. But he can't let out his breath yet because Erzu is right there behind him. If he tries to go for a pass on Makakowski and it goes south, I think he could have gone for something there. But he's playing it chill. He's playing it super chill. It looks like he doesn't want anything drastic to happen. Maybe he's already calculated how many points he needs to be able to beat out Erzu. So this may be all according to plan for Powerate. He's a very calculated racer. He often knows, wow. Despite all the defensive driving in the world, he ran straight into a damn pole, and he loses 15 meters just like that. Erzu passes him, Powerate into fifth.
Wow, maybe stress. I don't know. It felt like Powerate was so close.
Place. Yeah. We'll see the ending here. G-Force Frost, Makakowski, not going to get passed up by Erzu. Powerate barely, yeah. So clean finish over Laggy Rock. And okay, oh my, Tara, we've got one track left, and I really think it could go either way at this point. I'm scared to even predict.
Yes, Powerate actually praising Makakowski for a defense. I was, yeah, how Powerate says beautiful. And G-Force shows top 2, Makakowski third, Erzu fourth, and what is important, he is ahead of Powerate. Powerate is in the 5th place, so we'll see how the standings, unfortunately not on the stream, but we're gonna see how the standings are looking right
We've
now.
got one track left. I can't help but feel a little bit bittersweet about this. It's gonna suck when the races are done. It'll be exciting, of course, to see who wins, but I'm definitely gonna miss this. It's been so good to have you.
What is really important is that Powerate can still overtake Kilabarus and Nick in the rankings. So he can still advance to the 5th position, and that would mean he would probably defend from Erzu in the overall ranking. So it's now incredibly important for Powerate to be ahead of Nick and Kilabarus, and them to actually be on the bottom. It's so important for him right now to win that fight.
One point differential between him and Kilabarus. 4-point differential between him and Nick. The pressure is on. The last car is Panga TC. We could not have asked for a better car. Panga TC was what I had in my mind. Pole Pause would have been cool too. Panga would have been cool as well, but Panga TC, a choice car for this track. Keep in mind, we've got very tight chicanes. We've got very important upslope, downslope sections, and Panga TC is going to put these drivers to the test in sections like what I just mentioned, because it does have some struggles. It's a very understeery car, and we'll see how the drivers are able to deal with it.
This is the last race.
Yep.
So, a lot of stress for a couple of players. Erzu, Powerate. This is close. Frost probably winning the session already. He was incredible today. Let's see.
Unless Frost gets a very bottom position, and G-Force wins, it's going to be Frost winning this. But we have some more pressing matters as well. Of course, the $5 on the line. Don't get me wrong, but some potential movement in the overall standings still on the table. And Tara, that was Kilabarus wrecking out. So Powerate got a great early advantage over Kilabarus. He only needs 1 point to pass up Kilabarus in the overall standings. But we see Nick the host with that red name making his way through the chicane, and he's doing it with brilliance. He's got Laggy Rock and Frostbitten and Erzu all approaching him, but this is not a position that Powerate can find 4 points from. Not if Nick keeps driving out of his mind on the Panga TC here in Mysterious Toy Bolt Factory 2. This first lap already starting to wind down.
Yes, and Powerate nowhere to be found.
Indeed, where is he? Ahma, 20 meters behind this pack. Erzu falls out.
Man, that skin from B4 is so weird watching it.
It is a weird one, for sure. So Powerate ahead of Makakowski. Frostbitten has wrecked. Okay, and this is a situation that we talked about that could lead to G-Force finding a session win. He would pretty much need to win, and Frostbitten would not be able to pass these people back up, but it could happen. He's right up on Laggy Rock's bumper. He's going to go for a pass soon, and with these upper class cars, it's certainly more doable than something like the Harvester or the Gigas car. But Erzu slips right in between the two of them and says, thank you very much. He slows G-Force down in the process and disrupts that battle with Laggy Rock. Frostbitten has recovered. He's right one position behind G-Force, which is certainly not enough for G-Force to pass on this final track here, final track of the entire Revolt Racing League Season 2. Powerate is out in 6th. He needs to find more. He's ahead of Kilabarus. That is important. But can he pass up Nick and get 4 or 5 cars between them? It's certainly yet to be seen. He's got a lot of work left to do, and he's launched into the corner of the track. That might be all she wrote for Powerade. I'm going to check at these overall standings, but we also, he is sitting in 10th right now. But we also saw Nick. There's a wreck out of Nick right there. He loses 2, 3, 4 positions like it's nothing. And if Powerade didn't have that collision, Powerade would certainly be challenging this. But he finds himself in the back of the pack, and that is it for Powerade's race here on Toy Bolt Factory 2. He can try to recover a couple positions, but certainly not going to be challenging the upfield, as we've only got 2 laps left to go. Starting lap 4 right now. We've got G-Force leading. We've got Frost out in 4th. It's not enough.
Whoa,
but Frost has another wreck, and indeed he does! Oh my, we got to get eyes on exactly where Frost is falling down to. He's gotten passed by Ahma. He's been passed by Laggy Rock. So we got Frostbitten is currently sitting in 6th place. He was passed by Nick, Laggy Rock, and Ahma. He's behind all 3 of them.
This is so stressful for everyone, for the Frost, for the D-Force.
Yes.
For the Powerade.
I think... Okay, Frost passes 1, and keep in mind, I think Frost is about 7 points behind G-Force. So he needs... G-Force would need Frost to make another error, and for these other drivers to not mess up, but it's certainly doable. Frost has not been showing any signs of consistency on this track compared to how he's been able to drive through these other ones. He's making it look like he's in danger here. He's only in 5th place. He doesn't have a great cushion over 6th or even 7th. And for this being, exactly like Kippy said, for this being the very final race in the season, this is certainly a doozy that we've got on our hands. We have, for an update, Frost is sitting in 5th, 15 meters ahead of Makakowski, 20 meters ahead of Ahma. Ahma has been passed by Powerate, so Powerate is doing some great recovery work, but is it enough? That is the question that we'll have on our hands here. Frost still out in 5th place. This is the final lap, like we've mentioned. Out in the front, G-Force 20-meter lead. It's looking like G-Force locking down first. Let's move back a little bit further downfield, see how the battle for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th is playing out. We do have Nick, Laggy Rock. Nobody is able to pass Frost. He's taking it super safe and slow because all he needs is to finish 5th here. And indeed, he will finish up 5th. Powerate in 7th. Makakowski in 6th. Kilabarus in 8th. So Powerate does tie with Kilabarus in the overall standings on this session. So it will come down to a tiebreaker between Powerate and Kilabarus to see who got, I think it was 6th place. And the last race of the Revolt Racing League has concluded.
Exactly. And I just made myself a screenshot of the standings before the session started because some changes are happening. Some nice and for some players and not so nice for other players. And of
Yeah.
course today, Frostbitten is the winner of today's session, so he grabs himself another $5 prize for winning it, only being ahead 3 points of D-Force. So incredible fight by D-Force. He won 2 races back to back, and Frostbitten had to do a lot of work defending his position there. Erzu finishing third, which is extremely important in case of top 4 finishes. And Powerate being tied with Kilabarus with 49 points. So
Yeah.
Powerade not improving. Nick defending his position, finishing 5th, Makakowski 4th. Lager 8th, Ahma 9th, Mati 10th. Ahma kind of disappointing.
He's
Session for
playing
him.
he's on vacation playing from a laptop. I can't
I
blame him
see,
too
I see.
much. But I'm actually pulling up the session log right now to tell y'all who won out in the tie between Powerate and Kilabarus is actually very important. In the meantime, the final session standings are being updated, I do
Yes.
believe.
Yes, they are.
So
And
I'm loading up. Yes.
I'm also waiting for the final results of the session. I feel like Nick is doing this for me. Finally, waiting for it to be
I have
updated.
Okay, so I have an update. As far as the tiebreakers, we go first by who got the most first places. Powerade and Kilabarus both had one first place, one single first place. So there's continued to be tied. I'm now looking at who got the most second places.
Oh my god, it's so stressful. So stressful. But I'm waiting for actually.
Neither. No second places. They remain tied. I go to third places.
Okay, I have the data for the final standings of today's session. So we're gonna show this on stream really briefly. Okay, and we got the table for today. Frostbitten, the winner of the session, D for second with 83 points. Erzu first, Makakowski fourth, Nick fifth, Kilabarus sixth, Powerade 7th, Lageruk 8th, Ahma 9th, Mati 10th. And now, we're waiting for the big reveal. We can officially say, probably soon, who's the winner of Division 1. Unofficially, that's because he defended his position. He won the session, so he's obviously the winner of Division 1. But we're waiting for this till the end, and I guess there will be some changes in the final standings, for sure.
Now, I want to say I've looked through the tiebreaker. I think you listed when we looked at the standings. I think you listed Powerade behind Kilabarus, but actually we had to go all the way to fifth place finishes to find somewhere where they weren't tied. Powerade had fifth place finishes. Kilabarus had one, and so Powerade actually wins that tiebreaker with Kilabarus, unless I missed something in the session log here, which chat can fill me in. Oh, Keela is ahead of Power on fourth place finishes. Okay, I must have missed fourth because it was hard. It's hard to look through this session log. I do see it. Kilabarus with one fourth place. My bad, guys. Okay, so it is Kilabarus. Thank you, Frost. My bad there. Thank you for that yeet emote. And it is Kilabarus beating out for a Powerade. And the reason why I'm harping on that so much, Terry, is because this could impact the prize money. It could impact everything. This one position, it came down to the wire between Erzu and Powerade. Erzu with a top finish, and he got third place. Powerade not so much. I think he ended up seventh. You said so. This could be the difference between third and fourth for both Powerade and Erzu. We're gonna have to wait and see those final standings get updated.
So yes, I'm still waiting for confirmation of the final standings. We are also preparing. I feel like how we're going to do interviews. We're gonna make a solo interview with the first as a winner, and then probably invite the rest of the top 4 finishes. So, but we're gonna wait who's actually in top 4 because some changes are ahead of us. Some changes are for sure ahead of us. Alright, and I said that defense won the session before. Now it's Frost winning the session. It's my bad as well. And it's Frost improving. And yes, waiting for confirmation. Waiting all the time. The waiting is tense. It's really tense. anyone updating my table? Not really.
So I got a confirmed interview for our first and second place. So
Okay, I'm gonna provide a link for GeForce in a moment. I hope I won't have to restart my stream and everything will be working.
right.
Call it. Okay, wait, this will be GeForce.
Yes, Sting didn't show up, Kippy. I'm surprised for sure.
Okay, I will mute this for now. Okay, it is muted. This is for. I will give it to you. Monk. You will just pass it, and I will probably prepare a scene for that as well.
Sounds good. So I think we just about have it confirmed.
Okay. Okay, got this and got okay, got it. Got the scene, just waiting for GeForce to join, but still waiting for the confirmation as well. Okay, table is being updated, and I think it's all ready with all the points. Let me check. Just is it segregated? It is segregated. Okay, so I'm getting the data.
So are we doing interviews? Would you like to do interviews for all of our prize winners, first through fourth, or just the podium?
I feel like the prize winners for sure.
Okay.
I think, but first we're gonna talk with GeForce. We just don't see your GeForce yet. On camera, we've got your OBS, like we see that you're trying virtual camera, so we just need to change the input. But okay, let me get the data for the table. We're gonna check the tables, and then we're gonna go into the interview. So okay, let me get the data. Okay, and we've got it. So the final. Oh, you don't have the webcam. Okay, so we're gonna do without the webcam. It's still okay. So we're just gonna give you voice reviews. Okay. So the final standing. Final standings are GeForce in the first place as the winner, back-to-back champion of the Revolt Racing League here. Huge congratulations. This is extremely impressive. Frosttbitten probably also back-to-back second place, if I believe correctly, which is also incredible. Powerate, unfortunately for him, losing the second position but defending from Erzu, which was also a huge concern here if he's going to lose his position. So, Powerate, third position, and Erzu maintaining his fourth position. So, we just only have a change between Powerate and Frosttbitten. So, congratulations to our top 4 finishes. And now we're gonna go to the GeForce interview. So I'm giving voice for the GeForce. Hello, GeForce. Welcome and huge congratulations. Hello, GeForce.
Oh, I'm in?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yep.
So,
welcome.
Congrats, man. Back-to-back
nice.
champion on a health. How you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'll have just to apologize because my voice is a little bit bad because I am sick. It's nothing major. It's just a cold. Just apologizing. But yeah, it feels great. Sometimes I felt like my win last season wasn't as that great because it could be luck, yeah, because we had a lot more pickups on sessions. But I'm winning again and Frost second again. It's not luck. looks like it's not much that it's not much about luck anymore, right? So it feels good.
Yeah,
So
that's actually a really interesting thing that you bring up. There were a lot of people who wondered, like, was it was it luck or was it some kind of advantage you had, and you proved it that it's not. So congratulations.
okay, so before we jump to overall questions about the league and
Yeah,
stuff, like,
thanks.
well, how do you think about today's session? You came second. You and Frost went on an incredible battle. You won 2 last races back to back, and it was extremely close between you for those session wins because this additional prize, $5 for the session. So overall, how you felt about today Joker session?
Yeah, this is the kind of session that it goes right above my alley, like variety cars. I love playing all cars. That's what I really excel at. I think variety cars, variety tracks, pretty much everything. And yeah, I expected this result. Like I was expecting Frost and myself to battle for first place, and it is what we got. That was expected.
Honk, do you have questions?
Yeah. So we talked about that Frost was maybe your biggest opponent. Well, was there anyone else in the league that you were maybe worried about, or you felt that they were somehow unique from the rest of the people you were against, or was it just everyone was just another person to beat?
Yeah, like Frost is definitely my rival in this kind of event because he is as how can I say this? He is as versatile as I am. But
Yeah.
everyone in Division One is really really skilled player, and I treated everyone equally because that's what competition is all about. Like I'm not gonna hold back just because a not very prominent player is in front of me. I'm gonna attack like just any other opponent. It's about respect, I think. And
Yeah.
like of course, that is Stingox, that is Erzu, that is pretty much everyone. I cannot name like one person. Everyone there is a threat, and I treat it as such as well.
Okay, nice. I have to say one thing. You know, like compared to the last season, I feel like this season in Division One was more competitive, more players attended all the sessions, and some actually people stood out a lot, like Powerate battling a lot of Division One players last season. He was Division Two. Kilabarus also showing up a lot. Some new faces like Jan Makakowski. How you feel about competition overall this season in Division One?
Oh yeah, definitely the skill gap between players shrinked a lot for the past year overall. Not a season, but all the other competitions as well. We have like, of course, you said new faces in Yun Makakowski that showed up in RVA, and they glided the game a lot and became really good, really fast. And yeah, everyone just improved, including me, which is kind of a surprise, really, because I don't have as much time to play anymore. But yeah,
Mm.
Okay, do you have
really
a
cool.
question, Hong? And we'll maybe jump to some of the questions from the chat.
Yeah, I do. It kind of just slipped out of my mind here. Let's see. I did have. Okay, so I have asked this question, but I was looking at to someone else that we interviewed, but I was looking at the overall standings, and you didn't put on the biggest performance here in the first half of the session or the season. I'm looking at third place, third place. You did get a first place in my race, then you missed the circuit session, and you only got like 11 points in the featured session. Where was the point where you started to feel like this first place was locked down for you? Did you ever feel like that? And what did you feel going through the first half of this race where you weren't performing super well?
I mean, I did my best. if I didn't do as well, it's because the other players deserved it. They did better than me, and that's pretty much it. I did my best, and I was just fine trying to be competitive. Just you know, that was my goal all along. Since I already had lockdown season 1 win, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be happy if I get top 3.
Right.
The podium is good enough for me. I had that goal in mind. I wasn't hyper competitive. I was gonna try hard. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna be mad about it too much. So I just did my best. I If I didn't win, if I didn't do as well as you expected, it's because my opponents did better than me. That is all
Okay.
there is to it.
I have to say that because you give a lot of mature answers. That's like a true competitive spirit. Like
Yeah.
I can say you even handle it better than me because I am a tilt person when I compete. So
No, don't get me wrong. There are moments in this game that can be very tilted, but it's all about mindset. I feel like
yeah.
if I'm not having a good day, if I'm feeling like I really am going to try hard, and that's when I feel like I get most tilted playing this game.
Yeah.
So I try not to be too competitive. That's why I play like this is why I think uh, I have so much variety in car play because I play a variety of cars, even bad ones, to challenge myself and give others a shot as well because it's not fun to just drive away and pick to egg and drive away. It's not fun for me. So that's kind of my mindset. I try to have fun. Really, that's all there is to it. I just try to have fun in this game.
Okay, so how I feel we're gonna do it right now is that we're gonna give you like some final shoutouts GeForce, and we're gonna probably invite the rest of the top 4 finishers, so Frost, Powerate, Erzu, just to have like casual talk about experiences and whatnot. So if you would have like if you would like to use this moment to actually make some shout outs to the community, people who supported you, or anyone you would like to mention.
Yeah, I just wanna thank everyone involved in organizing this league. Uh, I may have said some criticisms in chat or whatever, but I do really do appreciate all the work behind the scenes. Both of you for, of course, hosting this and streaming it very consistently. It's very fun to watch. It's very good for the community. I think it only shows how strong and this community is, and I can only be grateful because this is my childhood game. I've been playing this for near 20 years now, and it just makes me happy. And of course, I also want to shout out to Makakowski, my training buddy, of course.
Yeah, nice. Okay, I think like how we're gonna
Can
do
I
it.
ask something before you go?
Yes,
Can I
yes.
ask something before you go?
Yes.
I've got to ask. Some of the other people haven't really had any plans for what they want to spend their money on, but you're getting so much. I got to ask: do you have any plans, GeForce? Anything that
Oh
you're going to
yeah,
be adding with this prize pool?
yeah. Since I won this, and this sound might not sound very much money, but in my currency, it's like a lot of money. It's nearly half of minimum wage. So you can get some perspective. I have this goal
Yeah.
of buying a car, and that is definitely going to the fund to buy my car. So thank you.
Oh, that's
Nice.
incredible. Yeah, and you
Nice.
wait. How many sessions did Deepers win? Three sessions.
3.
I
Yeah.
want three.
Yes.
I think
So
yes.
your total winnings are $95.
Hell yeah.
Almost 100.
Hell yeah.
You came
Hell yeah, dude.
you came 3 points short of getting 100.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ca-
No, I cannot complain. No, I never thought I would be able to actually win a tournament prize or any money playing this video game, and I'm
Yeah.
I'm just blown away actually. So yeah,
That's
thank you. This will help me buy my car, PogChamp.
Congratulations.
I'm glad. But don't go away, GeForce. We're gonna try to have all of the
Okay.
players, but I think we're gonna change it so you could like leave the Vmix call and we're gonna invite everyone on the Discord and just have a group talk
Okay.
because
Do I just stand by then? I don't need to do anything.
You can just leave the Vimix call for sure, and we're just gonna call you on Discord because I don't have as many invites here. I can only have like a maximum
Okay,
of
I
4
understand.
calls, so you have to move it to the Discord. So Honk will arrange it on
Okay,
Discord.
thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, so see you soon.
See ya.
Okay, everyone, that was GeForce for you, the champion of Division 1. It's just so beautiful. Can we actually call GeForce a goat? I know that it's famous, like being like extremely
Yeah, you
strong
definitely
with
can.
endurance. So I don't know, but in this league, like back to back, that's impressive, and Frostbitten is also impressive because I think like if I remember correctly, he's back to back second place as well. This is something to mention. Okay, Hunk, you can get the people on the
Do
group
you want me
call.
to start a call? Okay.
Wait,
I'll try.
yeah, try to group call.
We could just. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it.
Because the Discord is set up on the stream, so I should catch everyone. And then we're just gonna have like fun questions and just talk about the feelings and summarize the leak and just finish, I guess. Not to keep it too long because it's late everywhere. So like 10 minutes talk and we're just gonna wrap it up. The entire thing. That was a long thing. That was like 10 weeks plus the qualifiers. I feel like the biggest job was done by the Nick and the group. Like preparing all the sheets, all the sessions. It was just insane amount of work. Like I feel like streaming it was like the least work we could have done here. The rest just getting the players ready, everything communication. It just really time consuming. So I completely understand how it feels. So, yeah.
Well, we got a full lobby here in our Discord call. Just waiting for you. Okay,
Okay.
we are all in here.
Okay. Wait 1 sec. Okay. Can you talk on the Discord then?
Test.
Okay,
Oh.
wait. You have to.
Mute on Vmix.
No, wait. I need to mute you on Discord. I need to mute you on
Okay.
Discord because I have you on. Okay. Now it shouldn't be double from you.
Okay.
Okay. How's the rest
Welcome in, everybody.
on the Discord? Frost.
Hello.
Okay, we hear Frost. Do we have Powerate? Yes, and GeForce.
Yeah.
And where's Erzu though?
Well, we got three. We got three.
Okay, guys.
What
Okay, but the top 3 is here, so. But we have top 4 finishes. So again, just to summarize, just to see who won what, right? We have a first, without the session wins, right? The first place is got $80, second place $35, third place $20, fourth place $10, and I think like and the session bonus is $5. I think like the session bonus is a good reward. I know what you guys think about it. I'm gonna ask you if that's actually a good idea to give a session win bonus because I think it still takes a lot of skill to win a session, so it should be some kind of reward and motivation for it. So, who wants to go first with that opinion? What do you guys think?
I can start. I
Sure.
think it was a nice touch. Winning a session is usually even if luck is involved, usually for a full session it balances out.
Something with robotic voices today.
Right?
I don't know what is happening.
The calls.
But one thing to mention really quickly. Nick won one session and he was awarded $5. So and he said on chat, GeForce, that he wants to donate his winnings to you.
Of him, he doesn't really need to. But yeah, just thanks, I guess, for the thought. The thought that he doesn't really need to.
Okay, guys. So again, I'm gonna ask this overall question: what's your experience with this season, and if you compare it to the last season, like what was improved, how were your feelings overall, and the competitiveness overall in the league? So we'll start with GeForce.
Okay, yes. Just as I said, the competition came closer. The player skill came closer. Plus, the fact that the pickups on sessions diminished provides, of course, more competitiveness and more fairness, of course. That's an improvement also. I think the sessions that were chosen for this is also improved from last season. I can say good things about improved. Of course, it's not perfect. There are some things that need improvement. Some sessions are not as but it's on a very overall improvement between season 2 and season 1. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Frost, what is your take on overall this season, last season, and again back-to-back second place, if I believe correctly? Also, huge congratulations.
Thank you. It is indeed back-to-back second places. I think compared to last season, we had some of the better players not join this year, but it was still more competitive because people on average per lobby, and also the people that are lower in the table were also like significantly better than they were. More competitive despite the lack of a few key players in this. And I think overall the sessions were better. As G said, less pickups. And I think the sessions were more creative, most of them.
Okay, and I'm gonna go to Powerate, same question, man. Like, you're first place as a rookie in Division 1, and until the last moment you were fighting for the second place. So, Powerade, how do you feel as a winner of second division last season and now top 3 first division?
I never expected to be here, and to be honest, coming into the last session, my objective was reach in the second place. I was always sure Frost will be second because he still had full points in this session. So my fight to keep third place from Erzu and Ahma. So that's what I did. In the end, I didn't improve, but it's more than enough to guarantee third place. I think overall, the reason why I'm I lucked out in 2 of the pickups races. I had good results in there, and also the circuit session, which was probably my this year. And yeah, I also like the fact that there were with pickups, but what I didn't like much was that the car choices were also fewer. Last year there were some, there were even less, and as someone that likes to play a lot of custom cars, that something that I didn't like much and would like to have more. I understand from all the players that play that the game is mainly stock cars.
Honk, take it away. Questions to our top 3 first.
Sure. Yeah. So Powerate, you have been moving up in the standings as things have been going. You just said you were really surprised to be in the top 3. How does this set you up for the next season? Are you excited for the next season, ready to try to keep moving up the ranks, or are you just like, if I get third again, I'll be happy with that? You know what I mean? Like, what's your perspective moving into future sessions?
Who knows? I've improved a lot this year, but if G and Frost will be here again, I think they're still gonna be first and second.
Yeah.
I don't expect to get third again for sure. I will definitely have to fight for it if the not better than third if Frost and G are here. Never.
Honk, anymore?
So I guess Powerade brought up something pretty important, which is that the kind of the stock cars. We've got a lot of stock purists, Laggy Rocks, Stingox come to mind, but those custom cars can be really nice to drive on. Frost and G, how do you all feel about that? Would you all like to see more custom cars, a wider range, or do you feel like stocks is the way to go?
Can I go first? Frost? Yes.
Sure, either.
As I said, I like variety. I like the option of choices. I understand that for
Probably Discord. Maybe the voices.
Yeah.
my voice is messed up. I'll try to not mess
No,
up.
no, you're good.
So yeah, like I would love to have more custom cars. I like a lot of the creations that the community comes up with, and that would be great to also can players adapt. The game is not stock content.
Yeah.
Okay, unfortunately.
Play a skill.
Is it me or
Frost?
Up the recording.
It sounds fine on my end on the
Oh, okay.
so.
Okay,
Okay.
but
Yeah. Sorry about that again, but yeah, that
so it's me.
Yeah, well, basically what he was just saying is that variety is cool. There should be some limit, but yeah, Frost. Anything you like to add to that?
Well, G pretty much summed it up beautifully, but yeah, I think the more choice you have, the very bad, but the more you include, the less.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's me lagging because
Could you hear? Could you hear? I can summarize it. Basically, he was saying, more variety is good, like G4 said, but we need balance on it. You can't just have a ton of variety without any of it being. I feel like I'm a translator right now, but you can't just have a lot of variety with no balance behind it because we end up in the same poor position. Now, I did have one more question in mind, but if we are lagging, I suppose we could
yeah,
move
it's
on.
it,
But
it is unfortunate kind of because I feel like it's on. I don't know if it's on my end, but I'm just not receiving the audio on Discord correctly. Sometimes it's okay from Powerate, it's okay, but from the rest, it's like and from Frost, it's kind of also kind of okay sometimes, but not always. It's kind of weird, but hopefully, thought we're gonna have some more questions, but if we have some difficulties technically, I just gonna ask one more thing. We obviously asked GeForce already for some shoutouts, so I just want to also give room for Frost and Powerate to give some final thoughts just to finish the second season of the Revolt Racing League. And if you're gonna lag out, we're just gonna have Punk maybe translate it. But okay, we're gonna go with Frost. If even any last words here, Frost. Okay.
Thank you for hosting this. I think it was overall better than last year. There was some improvements. Hopefully, if you're going to do this again, we get.
Okay, so just hoping for another big turnout, maybe even more racers if we can get them, and just keep building hype.
Okay, and how about you, Powerade? The rookie, the first place.
First of all, I want to shout out to that made the sessions. The featherweight carnival was really well done. I really liked that session. came up with that. So shout out to him. And also shout out to all the people that helped with the stream, especially Pokers, who observer in some of the sessions, and also Jeromo and all the other that I don't remember. And continuing what Frost said, usually this year and last year it starts with 16 players, then so we might not be always 16, but I'm really hoping for at least next year to have overall more active players. It's like at least more than 12. 16 will be perfect, but I know that's not possible because people have stuff in real life to do. But I hope more active players.
I actually got it, so I had no lags.
Okay,
Seriously,
cool,
I had no
cool.
lags from Powerate.
Just
Anyway,
Powerate.
anyway, guys, thank you very much for being here. Again, congratulations for all of you for finishing in top 3, especially you, GeForce, for being a back-to-back champion, defending your throne. This is impressive. Always, no matter what the game is, if someone is here after sometimes defending his crown, this is impressive.
Yeah.
No matter the game, like this is always
Definitely.
always impressive. And Erzu,
Yeah.
finishing top 4th as well, winning some prizes. So again, thank you very much for being here, guys. Huge thanks to you. And Honk, we will just try to wrap it up here. So thank you guys for
Yeah.
those interviews. I really hope that we had no technical issues, but well, sometimes you gotta improvise. So, but we still got juicy interviews with GeForce. Anyways, thank you guys. So we'll leave the call here with Honk and just summarize the league. So bye bye to the players. And okay, we're here.
Cheers. Cheers.
Okay, actually let's do early maybe.
Okay.
But okay, just to say what happened. We had okay, let's go through all the divisions because again, just to summarize, Division 3, EP first, Lopeska second, Kontrakowski third, Division 2, we had DT as a dominant winner, Topisov second, Ashen Forest third, and obviously Division 1 today with D-Force winning the Division 1, Frostbitten second, Powerate third, and Erzu fourth. So that was a long 10 weeks. That was like a lot of
Yeah.
especially for
Yeah.
you, Hong, being 3 times a week there to stream. So I feel like if there's any shout out
And to scream.
yeah, there should be a lot of shout out for sure to Hong that actually manages to provide entertainment by streaming you all of the different variety sessions from different things and whatever. Huge obviously shout out to all of the organizers that made it possible for you to compete. I'm just happy that I'm so welcomed by the community and I was able to be here and help with the streams to Hong, and we also with some mutual help managed to collect the prize pool to make it more exciting to the players. So we'll try to gather information and just give it to the players. So what future holds? I hope that you as community will continue to make this Revolt Racing League. I think it's extremely cool. A lot of fun moments for me. Pleasure watching like tournament sessions. Hong for me that was extremely fun. Obviously, I'm kind of biased. I love when there are weapons. I understand that this is not maybe always the most entertaining.
Work in progress. We'll get it.
Yeah. Needs some balance probably. It requires, but like how else you can learn or test stuff if not in some competitive environment to see when the stakes matter, and like everyone is just try harding. So if I will be back for another season, we'll see what time will bring, if I will be available or not. But no matter me, I think this should continue. It's fun, people enjoy it. So if there will be, like anything happening, I will be always there to back it up. If not with subs or money, then I will try maybe to also have some time to help with the Honk, anything you would like to say?
Yes. So I have something for, think of it like an interview, but it's for everyone watching the stream. If you're watching the VOD, if you made it this far, if you're still tuned in, I have something I would like for you to do. I want you to picture where you think competitive Revolt should be, where you think it can reach, what you think was our shortcomings, what we did well as a contestant, as a viewer, as whatever you are. How can we make this better? I want you to think about it. I want you to write down things right now or today, whenever it's possible. Don't let it start fading into your memory and you kind of forget, exactly what your issues were or what you thought we succeeded at. Get it as fast as possible, and let's try to make this as good as possible, not just Revolt Racing League, but competitive Revolt in general. Let's try to take it to the next level as far as we can. That being said, Revolt Racing League Season 3, we've already got plans in the mix that are kind of working themselves out. Not just working themselves out, but we've got a lot of brain power and horsepower going behind it, behind the scenes with the organizers. So shout out to them. Thank you all so much for enjoying Revolt Racing League. We will be back in some form, and be sure to check out competitive Revolt here at Revolt United. It's going to keep going. We've got more on the horizon.
Okay, so I guess that's it, guys. Like the Revolt Racing League Season 2 has ended. So congrats to all the champions. Thank you for all the support. A lot of subs happened. I'm still subbing. I resubbed like a couple of days ago as well, so I'm supporting. Remember that all of the subscriptions money goes to the prize pool towards this season. I will continue to subscribe to the Revolt United channel, so you can always have one sub, whatever, probably until I resign.
Boost up the Revolt Cash Cup. Good. Let's go.
Yeah. So this will happen, and yeah, I feel like I'm just signing off. It's just getting late, so. Yeah, we'll see you probably on the Discord, and if not, maybe on the servers. I don't know. I'm just too bad. I have to first finish the challenges.
Hop in with us.
Like AMW, I'm there. Like I'm gonna take on that shit here and just try to finish the challenges. Like screw you, Ahma, for those challenges. Screw you. It's just you're just finding you're just getting on my ambitions. Like I hate having challenges not finished, so I gotta finish them. So, yeah.
Cheers.
Okay, so bye everyone. Hope you all enjoyed and see you around. Have a good night. Bye. This is what we wave. Yeah, nice. Bye.